And we're rolling.
Oh,
Crash. How come I'm so big? Look, you can see through my, you can see the street through my finger.
Interesting. Hello everyone, I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. You can check out my channel, but I haven't done nothing there recently. But yeah, I'm also on YouTube at Kim Fixes Things. I'm here with Campo, the namesake of this channel. You already know that because you found the channel. And I see there's a bunch of people rapidly filing into chat, which is cool. That's going to make it a fun time. Buff said there's a lot of emails with some rat rods. And that's, what is the topic?
I got a
rat
ton.
rods
It was rat rods and ramblers. I got a ton of stuff, from both. So
okay, but there is still time if you want to make a submission. If you want to send us your project, please send us your project. And we'll look at it tonight, even if it is not a rat rod or a rambler, because we love seeing viewer rides and projects and progress reports. And if you have a new video or content of some type that you'd like to plug, you're welcome to do that in our stream. I know in some places it is frowned upon, but here we're about community, and we enjoy seeing what's going on with other people, as long as, obviously don't spam it or anything like that, but we sure do like to
the spam channel.
Hey, when people are doing good things, we like to talk about the good things that people
and that's
doing.
Not spam. Yeah,
and it doesn't hurt us in any way to tell people when you're doing good things. The competition that we have is a friendly competition, I'd like to say. Sometimes, and other times, we're all just rooting each other on. I like that we have that sort of atmosphere in our group, and I hope we can keep it that way. I will very soon go through some names. If you are watching after the stream, notice that this will be very interactive. That's the point of live streaming, is for us to be interactive. And so we are going to read names and conversate with the people who are here while we're live. So if you're watching it on the replay, if at all possible, you're going to want to have the chat there and sort of let it file by. But I'm reminding him, as myself, that we try and read the names of the people that we're sort of interacting with, so that you can sort of follow along of what's going on, because otherwise it becomes incomprehensive and unwatchable. And some people, they just can't be here during the live. Maybe they have to be at work or whatever reason.
I'm laughing because Kevin Smith says, Kim looking good. And then he says, Buff is okay too.
Some people swing like that. You got to be careful. Okay. So, before we get too out of control, it's early in the night. Let's be, but thank you for compliments. You all are looking wonderful. We appreciate you. Tell us about this picture before I go on, because I've lost my place.
Okay. Inspector Bruce, what's his name? Retired Inspector Bruce, lives up in near Petaluma, California, which is up north of the San Francisco Bay Area. And what this is let's see what they call it. They called it Petaluma Salute to American Graffiti. And it was like a car show, I guess. Let's see if I can bring up what it's this thing. And cruising the boulevard. So anyway, he took some pictures. And this is one of them right here, which I thought was a really good picture. That's great. But haven't seen him yet. But I'll leave it up there, and then we'll come back to it, especially if he comes in, because appreciate it. Got a ton of pictures in the email, so I'm going to be kind of paying attention to email and bringing up pictures.
All right. So I'm going to go down.
So let's go down the names. Go down. But that's where we're at there.
Yeah, let's go down the names because people are coming in. So okay.
Yep.
So in let's see, me and Mexican Spec were having some conversation pre. Oh, Bear Rose was here earlier. I hope he's here for the stream. Colleen was here, Mama M3. But Buddy Carfano got the first 7 o'clock chat, and we give rewards to people who are doing good things, and one of the good things is being here on time.
And he says the little Nash Rambler went beep beep. That's part of a song, and it's a
Beep, beep.
it's an old song, and I remember it well.
Buddy Carfano, you get 3 points. Mexican Spec had the next comment saying hello to a bunch of people at 7. And so he gets 2 points. And Kevin Smith was in at 3rd. He gets a point. Derek Edwardson?
Yes, Derek's been here, I think, once before.
Okay.
And he's
Welcome to the stream. Crash
back.
Road Runner Garage is here. Let's see who else is coming in. Did I already say hello to Kevin Smith? Did I award Kevin Smith? Well, Kevin Smith is here. Giving me compliments, eating dinner. We have stories. So much has been happening here. It's been hectic. Johnny C is here. Blue Brick Garage is here. Both Walter and Anna are listening, and they're working on their 67. I was watching that video. That's a nice looking car.
I'm going to, right while you got them there.
That's a nice looking car.
Right while you got them there.
There they are.
There they are.
They're
And
watching, working on that car. That car is, I think that car has a 351 Windsor. Did you see that part of it, the video?
I remember Anna talking about it last time. But yeah, I think I saw the video too.
Walter was talking about it on the video.
Oh, okay.
They're getting it sorted out. It's a really good starter for a project, but I think there's a lot of sorting that
I
is
have
never
not seen
done.
the video.
I think they put the car together and no one's ever driven it.
How did you have time to watch videos?
It wasn't last night. It was the night before,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Tommy Hanlon is here. Did I say hello to Tommy?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
from Ireland, yeah.
All right. So because it is Tuesday night again, man, do the weeks fly by? Do you guys experience that too, where it's like, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday again? Because it is Tuesday again, we are in the studio, and when we are in the studio, we have our magical green screen, and you can see we get to be places. We get to be here to interact. We give you eye contact because it's more interesting when you can kind of see what's going on. But we also can give you, Anna and Walter, and we can make them bigger. We can make us full size. We're all the same size. It's like we're all together. We have the internet, although that right now that's a little bit not set up quite properly. Let's see. There was something else. Yes. We can travel through time even. So it's fun, right? And so we do this once a week. Our other streams will probably be later in the evening, and we'll be in the shop working. It's a little less interactive. We can't really do emails while we're trying to work on stuff in the shop. We can't show a lot of pictures, although I need to get my butt off my butt and get it set up a little better out there. But it gets to be a big distraction if we do this. But on Tuesdays, our full focus is the chat and showing you pictures and making it visually compelling content. So we love to be here with it. I'm going to preemptively thank Mexican Spec for almost always being here, even when he's working. He hangs the whole time to moderate. If you have a link or a channel video thing and you want Mexican Spec to throw it out there, you can mention it and work that out, and we'll try and get a link to your channel or your content through, because that's moderators can do that kind of stuff. I can kind of do it too, but I get, anyways, continuing on. So floating heads, if we wear green screens, we could just be floating heads. Maybe we'll do that sometime.
Where's my, see right here? Where is it?
Alien.
My alien thing, I can see.
We have to come back to the future, and you could probably take Walter and Anna down.
Okay.
Put up a rat rod. So we are,
okay. So
every week we pick a topic. This week, if you saw the thumbnail, is rat rods and ramblers. And
that's a crazy thing, isn't it?
and that should be fun. It seems like a lot of people were interested enough to send in submissions. And if you want to send a submission in, you can send it to Buff Del Campo the name of the channel, at gmail.com. And if you're sending one of those emails and attaching some pictures, then make sure your screen name is apparent in the message so we know who it is, so we can make sure you're in the chat when we're talking about it. And Mexican Spec says I can send in a lot of Ramblers, but you guys would not know them as Ramblers. Well, we will.
Oh,
once you're
that's
done
fine.
telling us.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's
lot.
just rat rods, and I knew that there's people that just love rat rods, and there's people that really dislike them. So I thought, okay, I don't want to alienate like half of everybody. So I said, how about Ramblers and rat
This
rods?
could be controversial. It's allowed to be controversial. If there's a rat rod that you see and you think it is a travesty, we can talk about it a little bit. We won't hack on any person too much. Like if there's a shop that's making the kind of rat rods that you don't like, we probably won't hack on anybody because this really just doesn't benefit anybody. You know, everybody's doing their creative stuff, but we can hack on a specific build if we think it's all wrong, if it was done wrong, or what could they have done better, or what would you have done. We're allowed to, we're allowed to do that a little bit.
Okay, so I bring up the first rat rod.
Oh, okay. Now we are traveling forward in time. Not that far in time. It's still the past, isn't it? Yeah, that's still the past. The ancient 1970s, maybe.
This is
you can't.
This is Barrows. This is Barrows.
Oh, is this some of his stuff? Or
yeah, or I don't know if it's some of his stuff or
we don't know.
He'll have to say. But I'm going to. Actually, I'm gonna. I'm pretty busy here because I got a lot of email. There it is. Look at that thing. Looks like it's missing some sparkle wires. Ain't quite done there.
That's a front-wheel drive Volkswagen.
Or not front-wheel drive, front engine.
Front engine. Yeah. That's what I meant to say. Could be front-wheel drive. It could be a Tornado. Dougster is here. Have no fear. Dougster is here.
Where's Dougster? Oh, there he is.
Hearing protection required in the dyno room? Perhaps. Other kinds of protection as well. Hide under a rock so you don't get eaten by dinosaurs. That's all right. The dinosaurs don't eat humans because humans are notoriously very grisly. They're just not that yummy. So,
look at this thing.
Look at the little flame details on the steering box. What kind of steering setup is that where the rod goes forward?
Well, that's like I think that's called a drag link.
Okay. Pretty neat stuff. That was when we first set the body onto the Doodlebug. A Doodlebug is a mini bike.
There it is.
Wow.
Well, that's like, look at the frame. They built the frame, and it pulls a trailer. That's pretty cool.
Of course. That's what you need.
And then there's more.
Barrow sets a Bronco 2 box.
What is this one?
Back.
What is this?
Where was the Bronco 2 box?
Oh, okay. I got to go back.
Safety third with rat rod.
Is this what we're looking at?
Oh, the steering box is from a Bronco 2? Wow, that is full custom then.
Barrows, is that a Super Beetle? I would say it is. It's a Super Beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what else are you going to do with a Super Beetle?
I'm going to go forward again. So here we are at, let's see, who sent this one in? Oh, I'm going to get lost because I got so much email today. I think this is also a... building a Doodlebug. Oh, this is...
Dougster?
This is also Barrows, I believe.
Okay. Dougster says he's going back to the house to do lives, he thinks. How come, Dougster, you don't like being in the shop? Dougster does a Monday night live. It's very entertaining. Dougster is a character, and he has entertaining stories, and we've been supporting him. We, as a community, have been supporting him, and it's a lot of fun to hang out in a Dougster live on a Monday night. So I think most of you already know Dougster, but if you don't, check out the Dougster Wolverine Garage channel and look for that Monday night stream. Maybe at least stop in and say hello. Give him a thumbs up because he's working hard.
See,
He's trying to get his 500 subscribers, and then he can race at the end of the year at the No Name Nationals.
And then see, here's Barrow showing a 55 Ford pickup as well, which I wouldn't call that a rat rod. That's a pretty nice car, you know.
Yeah, that's more of a hot rod or street rod than it is a rat rod. I don't know where the line specifically is, though. That's a good question.
Well, if anybody saw that one I put on our thumbnail, I kind of like that thing, you know.
Oh, we pissed off those supercar guys because we pulled the trophy. Oh, man. Yeah, you would, because they worked hard on those supercars. I am a built, not bought kind of gal. Like, I have a lot more...
Disconnected.
Well, let's hope it comes back. Give it a second. It reconnected.
Okay,
I don't know why we have a glitch.
there might have been a glitch there because we disconnected and reconnected. Don't know what happened there.
There's a little delay, so they might not notice much of a glitch, but you may have to refresh if it doesn't work. I don't know why we did that.
Yeah, it happened and it reconnected all by itself. So,
what did he say about the 55?
5 Ford is on a 77 Malibu. It's a 77 Malibu chassis.
You mixed genders.
It's not genders.
Ooh, it's a good thing you're not in Texas. I think that's illegal in Texas. Mixing Fords and Chevys.
Jeez. Okay, I want to tell a little bit of a story, but then I also got a ton of emails, so I'm going to be kind of paying attention over
All
here
right,
too.
well, I will talk about...
or you want to...
While you are sort of, you sort a little bit, and I'm going to talk. It's okay. And then we're going to have to switch places because I'm still not into my Google. So I have some things to do. I'll start the story because the story starts yesterday. Yesterday, I went out and I was hyper productive. It was a nice day. It was a threat of rain, but I was like, I'm going to go get something done. So I drilled the rivets out of the alignment track and pulled the driver window out of the parts car.
Okay.
And
so you're not telling what kind of parts car or anything.
Start at the beginning. For Buffalo Campo, we bought a parts car. It is a Ford Fairmont. We bought the car for the window.
Oh, what is
And then
this?
everything else is gravy. But so I got the window out and I took it in the shop and I pulled the plastic window that was temporary in his car out of his car, which was already in the shop. Pulled the plastic out, put it in a parts car so the parts car is sealed up so it won't get full of yuckiness. And then last night, we got a really late start. It must have been 7. No, then we went to the grocery store. We bought all kinds of stuff at the grocery store.
Bought lots of stuff to go. Lots of meat to be put in the freezer. And lots of vegetables to be put in the freezer.
And if you didn't know, this is a little foreshadowing, right? Because then we went up to the shop. And since
Slant Daily, good evening.
Hey, Professor P. Check out Professor P is on Wednesday night on the AHRA channel with Dallas Brown. And Junkyard D is here. Welcome to the stream. So we got that late start. We did some grocery shopping, but we had lots of energy and a late start. We went out to the shop and we started working. I mean, he was putting new lights in, new headlights.
Working on the Z sled. And we went to work on the
Z sled. Yeah, it was going good. We were working. And I was trying to get that window to line up perfect. And we were burning the midnight oil. We were out there till what? 4.
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, right? So, we worked till we were exhausted. Didn't have no energy left.
Can I take over now, just for a minute? Or you want to keep going?
Yeah, well, we locked it up and we came back to the house.
We came back to the house.
This is where the story really starts.
I'm a little bit hungry. And, we've been working all evening. We've been working probably 8 hours. So we get back to the house and Kim says, hey, the stuff in the freezer is thawing out and it's warm in there. I'm like, what?
My ice cream was
Her ice cream was liquid.
more cream than ice. Yeah.
So it's like, and we just put all this frozen food in the freezer. Well, long story short, refrigerator.
Nothing. We tried all the little tricks.
Took a crap.
It was just
reset
air.
it, dry it. Yeah, it's blowing air, but the compressor isn't running. So by 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm thinking, man, all my money that I've saved for No Name National is going to go in a new refrigerator. But then I get thinking, I think I'll go to Marketplace, and man, right away I find 3 used refrigerators, write notes to everybody, and then I'm in the kitchen deciding to cook everything I can before it goes bad. And as soon as I hear a response on my computer, like at about 8 in the morning, the first guy that responds
I got 3 whole hours of sleep.
I didn't sleep at all. So then the guy responded, and I said, man, can we come over and look at the refrigerator? Yep. Okay, so he gives me directions.
What a nice guy.
We go over there. We get there, and this guy has like a 3-car garage, but it's like 2 cars deep, so it would be like a 6-car garage.
Boy, he had a nice shop.
He had a pool table and a Coke machine, all this stuff in there, and then some tools, and he had some cars he's building. Pretty cool shop, pretty cool guy.
Mexican Spec asks if we tried the BFH, which is a big hammer.
Well,
and
I think Kim did beat on it with her fist.
I might have rocked it back and forth real hard. But yeah, and you know what?
So we bought the refrigerator, loaded up, brought it over here. But of course, we had to tip it on its side. Got it over here. Got the neighbor to help us get it up because we had to get it up on the porch, which is upstairs. Couldn't do it by ourselves. We tried. Third person. We got it up on the porch, wheeled it inside. Then I'm reading online. It said minimum 4 hours. Let it sit upright before you plug it in. All right, I don't want to ruin this thing.
Sit awake and wait.
So Kim went to sleep. I stayed up. I was still cooking food.
You were loud. I didn't get. You kept waking me up.
So I, as soon as I plugged the refrigerator in, after 4 hours, I transferred everything over, and some of it I threw away, and some of it I put in the freezer, and some of that stuff in the freezer. So we'll have to check it out. But anyway, and I'm still awake. From yesterday. So, but I feel pretty good.
He had a caffeine pill.
Yeah, I took some caffeine.
So he'll be awake till he's not. All of a sudden he'll be like, wham, that's the end of it.
So anyway, that's how our night went.
It was kind of crazy.
Kim did get some sleep. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. And Mexican Spec asked earlier, how old was the refrigerator? Well, I know when I bought it new. In Ohio, and it was exactly a year after 9/11, so it was the week of 9/11 of 2002. So that's 23 years old, and when it quit, it just abruptly quit. So,
and we've had some.
23 years. Yeah.
With the spring storms, we saw some weird power fluctuations, like the AC unit stopped working too. So maybe we got like a power surge and burned some stuff out. It's hard to say.
Okay. But and then I have something else I want to bring up.
We have freezering again. We didn't lose too much food, but it was hectic. It was very chaotic, but we were able to even go get it ourselves.
Okay.
We are resourceful.
Gearhead is in here somewhere. I hope.
I didn't see Gearhead yet.
Well, he just sent us a bunch of pictures.
Okay, then he's probably straddling.
They are a dot.
Rob's Rods and Streetcars is here. Welcome to the stream.
They are a dot HEIC file extension, and
doesn't work.
I can see them in the email, but when I download them, I can't see them, and I can't put them up here. They don't go. So Gearhead, if you could resend those as JPEGs or something that's, I don't even know what an HEIC file extension is.
Oh, I don't know.
But right now, right here with what I've got, I can't convert it. So if you could resend that'd be wonderful.
And we'll try and figure it out.
So go ahead now.
But it's really hard to do some of those technical things right while we're streaming. So
enough of the yeah. And he says the pictures are found on the farm, and it looked like I can see the pictures in the
Really?
well, when I open the email, I can see the pictures. Okay, so they're pretty cool, but I can't see them when I download them. So if you could resend them, that'd be really good.
I wonder what an HEAC is.
See, it seems like you're lucky to get 5 years out of a modern fridge.
Really? Is it that bad now?
Well, what we bought was a used.
There was some kind of class action lawsuit against somebody because they were having so much problems.
We don't.
The
We
one we
actually
just
bought it
bought
this morning.
It's old.
I don't know how old it is. It's
all right.
It's bigger than one we had, and it's big side by side. And what I did is I took a thermometer with me, and the guy had it plugged in. I stuck it in there. It was right down to 0. I think it was 1 degree above 0 in the freezer. I said, okay, we're good to go. And we got out of there. And right now it's things in there are freezing. I don't know how old it is, but I figure it's good for a while. I was thinking we might buy a second used one, just as a spare. I don't want to ever go through that again.
Mexican Spec asks, how did he wake you up? Are the bedroom that close to the kitchen in your mansion? No, you know what it is? It's the stone walls of the castle. The echoes down the hallways. I can hear him screaming at the food. It isn't cooking right. Sorry. I'm sorry for No.
It wasn't that bad.
There was who were you watching where I heard an engine fire up? An airplane engine, and for some reason the video was super loud. I thought it was the new refrigerator coming on, and I was like, oh no, it's making a horrible noise. This is terrible.
Late in the afternoon, like 2 hours before we go live, I decided I have time to get an hour's sleep. And one way I get to sleep is put on a video and just let it play, and that'll put me to sleep. And the video I put on was some airplane. It had a big radial engine on it, and it started, and it was way too loud. And I turned it down as quickly as I could, but not before it woke Kim up. So
I noticed
sorry about
the
that.
fridge that we just bought. It's got a QR code tag on it.
So it's fairly
So
new.
how long is that? Like 15 years that they've been putting QR codes on things?
I don't think so.
It's been a while actually, but
okay. So enough of the refrigerator. We have 2 fridges. I have my stuff, and the wife has. So, well, we have a laundry room that I made into it. It was a bedroom, but it was a little tiny bedroom, so I made it in a laundry room. And I think there might be room to put another refrigerator or maybe like a chest type freezer in there. So I wouldn't mind putting one of those in there. So at least we don't lose all the food next time, and then we'd have more room for storage.
Did you tell them what we paid for the used refrigerator?
I did not say what we paid for it.
Do you not want to?
You can say if you want.
It was $50. So you just don't have questions.
What a deal.
It was cold. It was cold, and all our food was clean. Spoiling.
It was clean.
It was
clean. Nice. The reason it was $50, one of the clear.
It's missing the ice maker's shelves.
The ice maker's not there, and the drawers that pull out. What do they call it? The crisper.
Broken.
I don't call it a crisper. I call it a rotter because you put vegetables in there and you forget about them and then they rot. So I always call those things a rotter. But anyway, the rotter has a little broken thing on it, so it doesn't. The drawer doesn't work perfectly, but it's good enough. So, but it's clean and it works. So $50.
Does it have computers in it? It does not have computers in it, but it does have filtered water in the door if we would run a line.
Well, we'd have to fix that all.
We're not going to do any of that.
And Steve Edwards is here. Steve, I did watch your Corvette video. I left a comment, so you probably knew that.
You don't get all that fancy stuff at camp. We just want a freezer so we can have
QR code released in '94. Okay, he was asking 50 and we paid him 50. I wasn't. What am I going to do? Go? How about 40?
It was
no, 50 $50.
He messaged this guy at like 5:30 in the morning, and the guy got back to him within a couple of hours and was like, "Yeah, come over." So we were just like, "Yes, okay, good." So anyways, that was the chaotic story of our day, and that's why
about 49. Yeah.
That is why I see. That's what you do in Mexico. You haggle.
we took Kim's van over there, took one look at it. I stuck the
I
my
paid the
little
man. I was like, yes.
that little gauge in there, the thermometer, and it said, you know, it was like 1 degree above zero, and she just went paid him.
He
and
was
loaded up.
very, very stressed, and I was like, this fixes our problem right now. Yes,
49.99. Count out the pennies.
And shout out to our neighbor. What's our neighbor's name? Help me out.
His name is Sam.
Our neighbor Sam came over. We called him up. We were like, we can't get it up the back steps. He came over and helped. He was here in 5 minutes.
Right across
ran
the street.
over and helped me push it up the steps.
We had to put it up steps. She and I couldn't do it.
There's about 5 steps, and getting a refrigerator up 5 steps is not.
Well, we put a piece of plywood on the steps and it slid it up the steps.
Yeah.
But I had to be up above, and Kim couldn't push it up by herself. So you get help. 2 of them pushed it up. Yeah.
Kevin Smith says $1.298. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, we're back to rat rods.
Yeah.
Instead of
that's what was going on. We did get some stuff done with the car, and we have a new refrigerator. If you say it right, it doesn't sound like chaos.
So yeah, he's a real good neighbor. He's a transplant. He retired in California, and he came out here for something to see somebody. And he just fell in love with the area, and he bought a house, and it happened to be across the street from us. Just nice guy. Christmas time, they're giving us cookies and candy and stuff. I was embarrassed we didn't have anything for them. So, you know, yep, good guy. And just super good guy. And, yep.
Yeah, that was my point, was that we have cool neighbors. What is it like to have cool neighbors? It's all right.
And he's a car guy too, so. Yeah.
He has a Jeep, and he has a Dodge Ram, kind of just like my Ram, only nicer. And he eats gluten sometimes. Yeah, gluten's not so great.
We were just talking about
the nice thing about gluten is you can make light and fluffy meals because it allows the air bubbles to inflate, and it's a good, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so back to rat rods and ramblers. We're gonna have a lot of fun, but at some point we're both just gonna putter out because we had intermittent.
Oh, I'm feeling
sleep.
good though. Okay, this is Buddy Carfano.
All right,
the first Rambler.
Thank you, Buddy. Buddy is always contributing with lots of pictures, and he often decides on the topic.
Man, I like that.
38
thing.
Racing is here. Ray, I hope you missed that whole story about our refrigerator dying and being replaced today. But if not,
that's what happened.
Welcome to the stream. We're talking about rat rods and ramblers now.
The good thing about
the
good thing about the last 24 hours was we worked in the shop until 4 o'clock in the morning, and we've got the window in the car, and we determined what the problem probably was. And she's massaged all the pieces and parts in there once, and she wasn't happy with it and pulled it all apart and put it back together, and she's still not
I got to take completely it back apart
happy
again.
So she's going to pull it apart again.
Because it binds, because the track is a little bit too bendy, but we'll get it. We'll get it. It's going to... And we had to take the tint off. I forgot about taking the tint off.
Oh, that window that came with the parts car had this bluish, horrible tint on it.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
And
Let's go on.
I took it off. So anyway, the good part was the Zed sled is in the shop, and it's really close to becoming a daily driver again. That just felt so good, you know.
Can that be called a Rambler? Because they dropped the name in the U.S., it was gone. Well, you know, it's a little bit subjective. So it's an AMC. And we're just going to go with it, right? Because we won't stay here too long.
You know what? If somebody sends something that's not a rat rod or a Rambler, we'll look at that too. Okay, to make Mexican Spec a little more happy.
More happier.
This is a Rambler.
That is a Rambler. A convertible? What year is that one, you think?
That is probably, well, it's a 61, 2, or 3, and I'm not sure which.
Okay.
It's one of the 3. Amazon. delivered my front tire today. Said it would be here by June 7th.
Woo!
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, what's this? Steve Edwards. I sold the 343 Typhoon to a cop. And he put it in an American from 62. That's that body right there.
Mexican Spec says that's the third Rock from the Sun car. You know what? I didn't watch that show a lot. I know the characters and whatnot, and it was a funny show. I don't ever remember seeing them in a car.
When I was a kid,
That's
I
cool.
hated these things. They were just so ugly. And now I look at it and I go, you know what? That's not so bad.
That's a pretty cool little car. Very classic.
Although there was a car called the Rambler Classic.
The tire for your Valkyrie. Well, you'll be able
Yes.
to ride sooner. That's awesome. Glad to hear it, Dougster. Mostly old parts. Ron Ward,
Now we
the
got
voice of the No Name Nationals, says, with regards to Ramblers, the 343 looks like the great candidate for the No Name National 333 class.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
Triple Crown.
Triple Crown class, yes.
Neat.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? See an AMC
I'm not
out there.
doing Triple Crown this year because my car is a 6-cylinder.
What
But
is this?
that will
What
be
is
fun
this
to see.
Mexican Spec
There'll be
put
some
up?
neat cars
What
set
is
up
it?
for that.
What does it Mexican Spec put up? Let me see. I can go to my.
I'll look it up.
Well, I can go here and.
You're gonna do it, or am I gonna do it? You keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I can click here and it won't interrupt anything anybody
It
else
won't
is
interrupt
doing.
anything over here, too.
Oh, it's that. It's just a picture
Yep,
of.
I'll bring it up so they can see. Let's see. I gotta do WebRite.
Mexican Spec was right on top of that, wasn't he?
Yeah. Here we go. Third Rock from the Sun car. That is absolutely that. It might even be. No, this one has a
White stripe.
accent and whites on the seats. It's probably not the same car, but it is absolutely the same model of car. So that's pretty cool. All right.
Oh, Gearhead is here. Gearhead, can you resend those pictures with some other? Maybe you already heard me say that, with some other file extension, because I can't seem to open those that you sent. They're really cool pictures, but they've got a weird file extension that I can see in my email, but I cannot see them after I download them. Don't know what the problem is there.
I'm going to award some points. Buddy Carafano got a Google ad. He gets 2 points. Thank you, Google. Kevin Smith got Portage Lawn Care ads. Do you need lawn care, Kevin Smith? Are you in the Portage area? Is that what they're talking about? Anyways, it's always cool when we have advertisers. I know you guys don't want to get ads. No one wants, I don't want to have to give you ads, but at 5,000 kilobits per second, it gets expensive. Although moving all those kilobits around, I don't know how you do it. It works. I click start streaming and it works. So somebody out there is getting paid to make it all happen, so that we can bring us to you, and we appreciate that, and advertise it, make it possible. You understand. So thank you for being patient with it.
Raw Dog's here. Good
Oh,
evening.
Go ahead.
That's all.
Welcome to the stream. All right, what's this one here? 62.
That's a 62 Rambler, American. And that just says market, but it's.
Wearing white walls. What do you guys think of white walls on
I don't like those wide white walls. Not on a 62, but a lot of people.
They were
You
from
see, the
early?
wide white walls kind of ended in 60. By 61, they went to the little narrow, like a stripe. And I remember that clearly because my grandmother bought a 61 Chevy, and I thought the little stripe looked terrible. Like she got cheated out of the wide white walls, but then I got used to them pretty quickly. So I know that's when the break happened.
It's not period correct. So
Yeah,
you
a lot
don't
of
like
people.
it
A
as
lot of
much.
people think it is, but it looks okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice car. Would those have had more of a trim down the side? That looks like a really tiny little piece of trim down the side. I guess it is the 60s. Red rims and white walls.
Okay,
It's very-
Gearhead. This came through with the same .heic file extension. I can see them in the email, but I cannot see them when I download them. Can you get a, like, I don't know, convert it to a JPEG or some other file extension, JPEG or a GIF or something like that? Because these don't, I can't make this work. I can't bring them up on the screen. I don't know why.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix that yet. I
Well,
might be able to fix it for the future,
if
though.
I were on my computer back in the back of the house, I could probably convert it, but I'm not going to try to do it on this computer here because I just don't know.
Mexican spec says in 1965 they put dual ring white walls on GM cars. Dougster says
Where's
Portage,
this?
Michigan is the greater Kalamazoo area. Kalamazoo? That's just a cool word.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Has he got, what's he got
Mexican
here?
spec says YouTube ads has too many scams. Cool your house with some machine.
Yeah, all these pictures that Gearhead sent in have this weird file extension. HEIC. I don't know what that file extension is, but I
What
can't
happens
make
when
it
you
work
right
here.
click it?
Oh,
Not in there, in the folder.
oh, when I bring it in like this, I go to here and it looks like this, and I
Well,
click
what happens when you click on it?
Oh, nothing. It turns to that. That's what we get. A file name that says .heic and it doesn't show a picture. So I don't know what know what that is.
You could download, go back to that. We'll work it out. We're going to work it out, guys. We're going to do it. Double click on it.
Again?
Yeah.
Now
Click.
what?
See where it says download and install now? Click on it. Right in the middle of the screen.
I'm trying.
I think it's going to try and charge us money. I think it's going to try and charge us $1. Did you click on it? Okay.
Yeah, what is this?
Click install. That's okay. That's the Windows installer.
We're installing software while we're online. While we're in the middle of it.
Sometimes
in the middle of
sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta go the extra mile to please your base, right? People are, if you're gonna take the time to send us some pictures, at least we can click the link, right? We can click a shady link. And shady link.
Stray Bullet got some ads there.
You did? Claritin. Oh, I think that's for allergies. Oh man, do I get the itchy eyes and the sneezy nose lately. Whoo, it's been rough. And Lemonade Pet Insurance.
Kim, this is really boring watching that while this is doing something.
Getting ready. Well, I don't know. Bring up a picture of something else. Oh, I see. Well, I'll do this. I'll bring this up because I don't have anything else right this second.
Okay, because this is not going quickly.
Kevin Smith says you got to put nice shoes on the old girl. Yeah.
I'm gonna
it's
stop
really
this
nice when you get to do.
I don't want to sit
proper.
there.
Did you cancel it?
I canceled it because I don't want to sit there and.
Why didn't you just minimize it so it kept going? He's mad.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to sit here in the middle of the live and try to install software that I don't know what it is. You know.
Okay. My Power Wagon is a 61, says Cutter Down Garage. 61's cool. The early 60s, they made some neat cars. Kevin Smith says Talking Heads. Are we the Talking Heads, or is that somebody else?
What does Mexican Spec call them? I love the vowel. The vowel.
Hey, Straight Bullet.
Black plates from California. That was the 63 base. I remember when we got those. Raw Dog's putting up names of cars and years and everything. We're kind of doing rat rods and ramblers tonight. And what's this? Mostly old parts. Sent you a pic from the. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my email and I'm pretty busy with this email tonight, Kim.
Yeah, you.
So
I will look up Raw Dog's 1947 Ford Woody wagon. Why don't I do that? Because he's kind of stuck right
now. They're heat racing, Buff. This is an educational channel too, not just entertainment.
Sometimes we're educational. Oh, that's a cool track. I do like.
Oh, he's looking for the woody
Oh,
wagon.
what happened? No, that's not what I wanted.
Well, that's what happened. Why did that happen?
Well, I clicked. I'm on the wrong screen when I'm clicking away. What color do you like? Oh, red with the wood is pretty nice. Don't park near termites. Oh, see something like this.
Don't bark near termites.
It just doesn't last for too long before you get
Yeah, you got to be a woodworker.
rot or insects or whatever. You just have to know that this has to get fixed every once in a while. I don't know. Can you use like Wallmanized? Kevin says, stick around long enough and we'll school you. You know, I have learned so much from doing this stream, from people just spitting knowledge and pointing us to things. And I could not quite quantify how much new things I've learned about different vehicles that I didn't know. You know, I know a little bit about the things that I know, but my knowledge base is nothing like his or compared to you guys or Google.
You know the difference between me and you is like 20-something years. So I was around 20-something years earlier than you were. So like you were born in 75. And I remember everything from 1975. But then like 20 years later, I was working on airplanes. And you know that whole section of cars, you know, so.
Straight bullet, there's no 1897 Rambler.
Where's this?
Is it a little electric car or something like that?
Oh, 1897. Yeah, Ramblers were really early. It may have been 18.
Mostly old part doesn't like carpenter. You know the worst part about carpenter bees? I mean, they drill holes up into your soffit and fascia, but the worst part about carpenter bees is they're aggressive. When you get they always make that hole right above your door, and then when you come and go, they fly at your face. They rarely sting, but they love to fly at your head to try and scare you away. That's the worst part about it. But the way to get carpenter bees, you either use some wood putty or caulk, and you caulk them in so they can't get out and they die, or you get a vacuum cleaner and you suck them out with a vacuum cleaner. And then they die in the vacuum cleaner. Don't open the vacuum
cleaner. Don't open the vacuum cleaner.
All right.
Oh, 1897 Studebaker wooden wagon. See.
Oh, a wooden.
So that's a Studebaker though, but yeah, Studebaker was around in the 1850s. You know how Studebaker made it big? They sold wagons to the U.S. government during the Civil War. That's just something for interest. Okay, so now I've got more pictures, but
the CSS package gave you the Max Wedge 426. I want to build one, says Dougster. The Dodge swept lines were fun, were very fun trucks. How are you doing? Do you have any more pictures?
I have that up.
New picture. That is from
our Ward,
yeah. Ho, it's looking like racing.
I might have it up too close.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing.
Oh, where's my cursor?
No.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. Yeah, that's
let me see. An airport drags.
Let me see what he said.
Oh, they don't even have lights. They just have flag guys.
Let's see what he said.
Pretty cool.
He says the Mustang didn't the Mustang didn't stand a chance. I kind of like that Mustang, but yeah, I like both cars.
Gotta kill bees at night? Yeah, with the yellow jackets, they would make a nest in the ground. So you'd be out there mowing the grass and you'd get stung. So then you'd have to remember where the hole was and go out at night and pour some flammable liquids in there and then light it and jam something in a hole so they couldn't get out. That'd fix them. And then, yeah, the carpenter bees, you can do the same thing. You caulk them in at night, and then they can't get out in the morning, and that's the end of them. So.
Bear Rose.
Hey! There's Brother Bear. And that's him with, that's the guy from, Who's that guy that he's standing with? The tall guy.
Isn't that yeah, what's his name? The body shop guy. I can't think of his name.
He's always mad. He's a ranter.
Pete.
Pete.
Yeah. Yeah. So he and Pete are friends.
So how did Pete get so lucky to meet Barrows?
Barrows showed up at his shop and he
Barrows did.
And he said Pete was a really nice guy.
Oh, that's cool.
And you wouldn't think so the way he talks on his channel, but he said he was a super nice guy.
He just likes to rant on YouTube. That's a popular kind of thing.
And then
people like that.
Here's the place.
Oh, okay.
Does that look like something he'd have? Yes, it does.
He runs a U-Haul. I did not know that.
And then look at this.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Looks very clean.
Moab U-Haul.
Very clean. He's got concrete. Mexican specs here watches rants. Carpenter bees add HP. That's right. It's speed holes. They make it faster. Kevin Smith has a 9mm hole punch. Nice. Is it air powered or is it
got explosive stuff in it?
It's powder actuated.
Powder actuated. That's it.
It's a powder actuated 9mm hole punch. Just watch where you're pointing that hole punch.
Kevin Smith, folks that do body work tend to be grumpy or man, I got the hiccups.
It's tough
or a
work.
drinker.
Body work is rough. It really is. Oh man. They make it look easy, right? It looks so easy. All they just spray that paint on and it looks nice. Ta-da! Right? And even if they show, no one will watch the 50 hours worth of paint prep. I've watched who's it? Robbie Layton do paint prep. Sometimes they've made the paint prep videos a little too long, and you're just like, we get it. You have to wipe everything down.
But if you're into body work, you know that, like probably 95% of the time you're sanding and prepping, and then you squirt the paint on. That doesn't take very long. If you squirt the paint on first without prepping, the paint comes back off.
The paint is the happy ending.
The paint is the happy ending.
It's the
happy ending.
It's the grand finale.
Can I get a happy ending?
And now we put paint on it. Poof.
Get a happy ending.
Poof.
Yeah.
Abracadabra. Poof.
And then more from Barrows.
Bondo dust might affect the brain. Maybe the fumes.
Oh, this is more from Barrows, but
more from Barrows. Oh,
that is a rather low resolution photos, but I'll try to put other ones up.
Cool stuff, though, man. That was cool stuff.
See, I kind of like that. It's
Yeah.
What the heck?
That is a rat rod.
Take a lot of stuff, and it's probably not going to be used for anything, and you make it into that. Now you drive it around.
It's got the oversized front axles. The paint is the money shot. That's right.
The money shot. Okay.
It looks amazing, and it's fun to watch, but it only lasts like that compared to all the preparation.
Pete and Minnie are two of the best people you could ever meet.
That's super cool to know.
Painters are overrated. Good body men are
Any
underrated.
woman who will listen to rants like that is a good woman. She will endure that. But maybe he doesn't ever do that just to her. Maybe he only does that at work.
Sir rats a lot.
Check out this megaphone.
Look at that exhaust system. Look at that exhaust system.
That is wild. That is super cool.
Then the Raw Dog's asking for, oh, look at that. That's the one that's on the Chevelle or Malibu, I guess Malibu chassis. That Ford truck.
Oh, okay. Well, the nice thing about that is you get modern suspension.
Look at that.
Thing. But that's more of a body swap. A body swap is different than a rat rod. Oh, that's the twin I-beam. Is it the twin I-beam? Go back to the Volkswagen. Can you?
The Volkswagen.
The Volkswagen.
I used to have a friend that called him a Boltswagen.
Volkswagen. again. Can you zoom in again? Why
Yeah,
do you
I
get
got.
so
I
small?
don't know why it did that.
Is it the twin eye beam?
Is that the twin I beam? It could be the twin I beam. Man, can you imagine that with the twin I beam? Those wheels out there going like this. That'd be kind of cool to look out the window and see that, you know. Well, that's Karen's F-bomb. Oh, Karen's F-bomb is the truck in the background, I think. Oh, that's the car that started my channel, the 39 Chevy. Okay, that was the one I worked my way up to. Hey, Kim, you have a friend that was in Pittsburgh that you helped her move out to Oregon, and she had a body swap kind of vehicle. What was that?
Jawbreaker was an early.
I think it was like an Oldsmobile.
Looks a lot like this, but yeah.
It was like a
No,
40,
it wasn't.
40 Olds.
It was not an Oldsmobile. It was a
It was on
Plymouth.
it was on a Chevy pickup frame.
Yeah. It was really, wow, what a rattle trap.
Stray
But super
bullet.
cool.
Stray bullet. Look at me. I'm special. I can spray paint. I was a painter. Man, anytime I had to paint, when I was painting cars and airplanes, I painted more airplanes. I was the guy that did the prep, and I'm the guy that sprayed the paint. And spraying the paint just didn't take any time until you make a mistake and you got to sand it out. Then it's still prep.
He said the Chevy uses a 73 Nova front end and rear. We have one of those
Yes, we do have a
setups
73 Nova front end.
out in the weeds. I gotta drag that out of the weeds so we can clean that area up
I have
again.
a Nova. I don't think it's a 73. I think it's a 68 or 9 Nova front end, and I have a 79 Trans Am front end, and they're similar. Cut her down garage, blame it on the fumes. You know, when I was painting, I painted a lot of airplanes in a really nice paint booth that the guy that I worked for put a paint booth in, and it had all the filters and air going, and you know, respirators with filtered air and everything. It was pretty cool stuff. But what I've been painting lately is water-based stuff. So, oh, you're putting up whatever. Who was
I'm just
asking?
getting
Who
it
was
prepped.
asking?
It's
Who
in
was
it's
asking?
Raw Dog was mentioned.
Raw Dog. Okay, you go over to what Raw Dog has, and I'll go look at my email.
Oh, okay.
Again,
You're
'cause-
on to the next thing.
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna.
good. That's good.
I've
That's
got
good.
so much email
Okay,
here.
so Raw Dog mentioned the 1952 Buick Roadmaster, and who suggested that we look at the 50 instead?
Okay.
Mexican Spec thinks the 1950 is
Gearhead
better.
without downloading a converter app and changing it all to JPEG for all that, which I'm too tired to do. They can't wait. They can wait. Okay, sure. Well, we'll wait till next time. In fact, I got one up here that somebody else
I
sent.
think you should click on it and just let it work in the background.
Oh,
Can you just
I'm overwhelmed tonight. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
I've been
guys.
up
We'll
for
try.
over 24 hours, and yeah, I'm in pretty good mood for being awake that long. But
I really like the grill on this Roadmaster. That's a neat. That'd be cool. Rat rod front end.
to me, the 50 Buick is. I like that front end on a 50 Buick.
Yeah,
And I
that's cool.
especially like the 50 Buick, the one that's behind your head, the one that I call the fastback, but I think they had another name for that.
That's a super classic look.
Oh, I like
The
50
convertible
Buicks.
looks really good.
DuPont, Emron. I painted with Emron a lot.
I haven't used like real car paint and a paint sprayer maybe ever. I've always just had to use spray bombs and junk paint. Someday, maybe. I don't know. I'll need to strong the meds the day I'm trying to do this for an hour to paint because my arms.
I did a lot of airplanes with Emron.
Raw Dog wants to see an International Harvester dually rat rod. Well, we'll get around. Stick around. We're gonna have some. There's more pictures to come. What percentage of stuff have you downloaded tonight?
Oh,
There's
10,
a bunch of stuff.
10. I mean, I got a super full
We've got a
email
lot of
box.
stuff, so we're gonna try and get through it.
So I'm trying to get through it all.
Mexican Spec says he drove a 1951 Roadmaster quite a bit, and it was a very smooth car. Yeah, like a likable suspension system on a car of that year. Like, when did they start coming out with suspension systems that were really handled well and took the road real good?
Well, it depends on what you call well. I used to think my Zephyr was, it wasn't a Zephyr, it was a same thing. It's a Futura. I used to think that thing handled great. But, since then, I've had a Corvette and I had a Mazda 6. The Mazda 6 handled better than the Corvette did. I mean, yeah, and I'm not kidding, And then, I mean, that Mazda 6 was so neutral, you could just pile into a corner and it almost didn't matter what you did. Almost stupid fast into corners and it just go around the corner. Well, I can't do that with that Zephyr. So I don't know. At the time, I thought the Zephyr handled really well, but
They were talking. 38 Racing says he's painted cars with a brush, and Kevin Smith says that the Rust-Oleum isn't bad if you put hardener in it. I wish I had known about hardener. I had a 85 Dodge D150, and I sanded it all down, not down, but gave it all a little bit of a prep, and I did body work on the rear, like bed sides, and then I used a roller, Rust-Oleum Safety Yellow, and the whole thing was orange peel. I didn't care because at least it was all one color. It was a good 20-footer. It looked okay. It didn't look like illegal. And man, people kept running into me in cars at one point in my life. And I just said, if you can, it worked. Like, a cop would show up on the scene and I'd be like, it's safety yellow. How did they hit me? And the cop just roll his eye, and like I was in the clear, and I was good with that. I just wanted to not be the responsible party. Like, how did they cannot say, if they said they can't see me, then they should not be driving, because look at it. And but the paint was soft, like squishy, for like a month, maybe longer. Like, it takes a really long time.
I got a story about an airport.
Go ahead. Here, I'm going to give you the big, and then I'm going to go refill my coffee.
Okay, so...
No.
Oh, that's too big.
There you go.
Okay, so can you shrink me down?
Why?
Because I'm blocking the picture.
Oh, okay. I can shrink you down. I was just trying to...
There, okay.
Okay.
So, I used to fly out of an airport in California, and there was a guy there that he had his own fuel truck, because he had a couple airplanes, and the fuel truck was you know what a fuel truck looks like, a big tank, and it was bright pink. I mean, bright pink. And he had it parked in a parking space. But the taxiway came along like this, and the taxiway turned out like this. So there's a guy, corporate pilot, in a twin-engine airplane one morning, and it was real foggy and been icy, and he didn't have time to wipe the windows off, so he's taxiing along, and he misses that turn where the taxiway goes like this, and he goes straight. And the propeller catches that bright pink tank and just chops the hell out of it and breaks the airplane, makes a mess, So the county that owned the airport, to prevent this next time, they got to do something to prevent this. The guy ran into this bright pink truck. Somehow he missed that because he didn't clean his window off. They took a orange cone and they put it there next to the truck. That's supposed to prevent it next time. Like, you're going to see the orange cone and you're not going to see the pink truck. Like, they had to do something, I guess. Let's see. What kind of hardener do you add to Rust-Oleum? Oh, you know who did that? Tim, who was putting the hardener in the? It's a guy in Canada. What's his name? He's doing the hardener in the
Well, a lot
enamel
of people
paint.
do it.
Oh, the guy you watch a lot.
DD Speed Shop?
DD Speed Shop.
Oh, okay. There you go.
He did that, but I don't
Pole
know.
Barn
what it was.
Garage does it too.
Pole Barn
and,
Garage does it. Okay.
I'm not sure who else. Most other people use real paint.
Oh, there he goes. Auto Body Supply Store sells hardener for alkyd enamel.
I think like Tractor
Oh,
Supply
Tractor
does
Supply.
too. Yeah.
That's right. Seen it. Tractor Supply. Yep.
Yeah, they have their own line of tractor paint, which is real similar to Rust-Oleum. You know, that safety yellow though, in about 2 years, it went from being that bright to just a really dull color. Like it wasn't very I don't know if it had oxidized or if it just wasn't very color fast.
Well, and if any of you watched my my water-based paint that we matched the colors on my yellow Valiant, and it turned out pretty good. We were able to match it to look kind of like a 50-year-old paint that was on there, and I was surprised how good it looked. And that was the water-based stuff. And it's outdoors, getting rained on and everything, and that stuff looks fine, you know.
If you're building a rat rod, I don't know if you can call it a rat rod if you're using real car paint. I guess if you mixed it up from leftovers they had around just to get by. If it's got a full paint
Mexican
job on it, it's a
spec.
custom car.
Bevel Aerobus ad.
Oh, okay. You get 2 points.
And this is more Barrows.
Raw Dog says his buddy put a 12-valve Cummins in a rat rod. Yeah, that would be ratty. Cool. You got the diesel smoke. Did he have stacks? If you have a diesel in your rat rod, you gotta have big stacks. With the flapper things, so it's blows.
Barrows
Roll
says
some coal.
Barrows says this is in Yellowstone.
Oh, nice. That thing with the roof over it is wild. Wouldn't it catch so much air?
Well, you probably don't go real fast, or maybe you let the air out the back. Oh, there you go.
Oh, and there's a big radiator back there. I guess that makes sense.
Is there? Oh, that's what that is.
Maybe in the lower part.
What is this one?
Pretty wild.
Yeah, this is that's pretty interesting stuff.
No windshield though. Sea Cab Trike, says Stray Bullet. I've never seen anything like that in person. That's pretty wild. It's got the tall shock tower kind of things. I wonder what that's made from. That'd be interesting to look at. I don't know if it's something I would want, or I really don't think it's something I'd want to drive. Look, it's even got, look at this, look at the light on the side up here. It's like a house light.
Taillight? Yeah, that's
wild.
pretty cool stuff.
I don't know. That's so wild.
And then he sent pictures of a. I got to close that or do something to get it. What did I do? Don't know. Oh, how do I find that?
That trike is built out of an 81 Chevy Citation.
Here we go.
Very cool.
Here's a smart car with a jet engine.
Wow. No.
That's another Barrows.
No. Not a real jet engine. Is there another picture that shows the engine, or is it just sticking in?
It's not on center. It'd spin around in circles. Yeah. Throttle that thing up and see what happens.
Well, you just...
Gearhead Steve from Welder Up makes some sick rides. Yeah, I've seen his stuff. In fact, I met Steve in Henderson at a car show in Henderson, Nevada, and he's a nice guy. He's fun to talk with.
Is he the one who offered to teach that kid?
12-year-old kid. Kid was asking him how to learn to weld and he says, "Here's my phone number. Just call me and come over to my shop, and I'll spend a couple hours with you and teach you to MIG weld." And he goes, "You'll be able to weld after a couple hours." And I thought that was pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, that'd give you a real start. I mean, you wouldn't
super nice guy.
Know how to weld, but you'd be able to start sticking metal together.
If you're 12 years old, my son, when he was 11, came back to Pennsylvania when I was working there, and we had a MIG machine, and it was a big 350 amp MIG machine, but we were running it probably about 170 or 180 amps, somewhere in there. And you know that big old leading edge thing that we cut up out there,
Yeah.
we dragged out of the shop. Matt, when he was 11 years old, welded about half that, and I taught him the MIG weld right there, you know. And so a lot of those welds were his welds, and it looked really good after he
Whoa. Barrow says, yeah, it's real. He says he's sitting next to it. It runs on the smart engine, but he opens the hatch and lights off the jet. That looks incredibly dangerous.
So it has the smart engine and the jet. So I wonder if it qualifies as a hybrid. It's two different engines.
He gets a tax rebate.
He gets the low cost license plates for having a hybrid. Man.
Barrow says he also put a jet engine on a Lazy Boy recliner and a four-wheeler. He followed us on the monster truck circuit. That is wild. Where do you get jet engines? Surplus jet engines. Wow. The jet engine is in the passenger seat.
Well, jet engines, doesn't the Arfons family still have jet engines available? Like Arfons, of course, he's passed away, but I think his sons are still running that business. Okay, here's another one. Barrows, he said this is a... Oh, let me get back to the email so I can read it. Oh, what's he say here? 39 Chevy and 28 Willys.
Nice. Oh, the neighbor's starting their Harley.
Oh, yeah, we have a neighbor across the street that has a Harley. It's kind of loud. You can always know when he comes home. You always know when he leaves.
Cuz Harley.
Just call up Grumman and Whitney. Yeah, I want a jet engine. You know the ones you put in the F-18s? Yeah, I want a couple of those.
38 Racing says
Oh,
you climb
Kevin
the
Smith
airport
says
fence late at night.
his daughter runs things now. Okay, see what Art Arfons used to do. When he first started, he'd get a surplus jet engine, had like a bad turbine blade or something. He'd just take the blade out of the opposite side of the turbine wheel to keep it balanced, and run it like that. So it probably didn't quite have the power, but it was balanced, and that's what he went out and ran all those land speed record attempts with. Dean Stevenson.
Barrow says that's Travis's Mopar garage. I've seen Travis. The face is familiar. Another great guy with a great channel.
So I'm still pulling up pictures.
Yeah, we are so fortunate to have, to live in the moment that we're in.
Oops.
Is that there's so much connection with people in this hobby, in this, in the lifestyle of building hot rods and working on old cars. When I was young, it was very difficult. If you weren't born in the right spot, you just didn't know anybody and you didn't know where to go with it. But like now, you can build connections with people across the country, and that's super cool. You get to do stuff that I never thought I'd be able to do what I'm doing now. I always dreamed.
I cannot
someday.
zoom that any closer.
You cannot? I think that I use the different button. It's kind of a
grainy picture, but it is a Rambler.
Oh, Barrows is telling us about something on the back wall of the last.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so I'll pull this back, and then I'll put it up in a minute. What's on the back wall of that?
He says there's a McGuire's poster. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I
see it there.
Yep.
And he says that's where his mini bike went through the wall. Oops. Okay, go on.
I worked with a guy when I was in the Air Force.
Here comes another story, guys.
I worked with a guy when I was in the Air Force, and he had a motorcycle. I don't know what it was. It's some kind of a big dirt bike, and he was in the garage, and he screwed up and dumped the clutch accidentally. And there's a couple of steps, and he went up the steps, and the door was not latched into the house, and it blew the door open. And he ended up in the kitchen on his motorcycle, and his wife was really upset with him. Goes, man, there I was in the kitchen on my motorcycle. Barrows is in the U.S. Mexican spec. He is up north, like he puts in there Bingham. He is in where are you, Barrows? You're in Idaho, I think. Yeah, this is a Marlin. This is a 1965. It says AMC. Oh, it does say Rambler because it was still Rambler in 1965, but it was also AMC. But they didn't ever say AMC. They just called them Rambler. It's a Rambler Marlin. Marlin has too much in common with the original Dodge Charger, right down to both having a funky trunk lid. Yeah, except the Marlin was around first. Oh, not what county, I see. I misread that. You gotta excuse me, man. I messed that up. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he's in Idaho, near where you used to live. Oh yeah, I remember now. Ah, and here's retired Inspector Bruce, and we were showing your pictures earlier. And Inspector Bruce got an ad for Rust-Oleum, so that's 2 points. Kim usually gives the points out, but she's in there making more go juice that she's drinking, some kind of coffee, some kind of coffee product. Okay, so now I'm going to find. It's gonna take me.
Dark.
I gotta back out of this. And it's gonna take me going back through all the pictures.
Why? What happened?
To get to this picture, because retired Inspector Bruce is here, and he sent this. This was our lead-in picture tonight because it was so cool, and I explained all what it was and everything. But Inspector Bruce wasn't here yet. But it was such a good picture that was our lead-in picture tonight. I still think it's cool. Now that there's more people here, this is in Petaluma.
I hope everyone's having a good time. Thanks, everyone, for stopping in to hang out for a while, listen to some stories, swap some photos, and talk about good times.
Oh, so she'd actually paint that Marlin. Yeah, that Marlin probably, it's a Rambler and it's a rat rod. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, right across the border from Ontario. I always forget the name of that. I don't know why I always forget the name of that city right there, but I've been through there many times. I think that's a great picture there. This picture makes you think of the Beatles. Yeah, this is
looks like an Abbey Road picture.
Is Inspector Bruce. I think he took this picture, and it's in Petaluma, California, and they had a let me see. I had the I can't find my cursor. Man, I'm like half numb. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Don't know. Well, Inspector Bruce can explain what it is. It was a American Graffiti some kind of an event they had there in Petaluma very recently. And I'm downloading pictures, Kim, because I'm what is this? Doug says a kid we would go to smelt dipping where you catch 255-gallon trash cans full of smelt in about 2 hours. When they would run, then hours and hours of cleaning smelt. Not good at all. Smelt, that's some kind of little fish, isn't it? Oh, salute to American Graffiti Days. That looks like a really cool event. I mean, look at that. Yeah, pretty good. Cruising the boulevard. You know, it's really funny. I was just watching Steve Leto, and there was some place that some city that just made cruising illegal, and they define it by how many times you go through the same intersection or something where the cops are sitting. So, like, I guess if you make a mistake and go through there twice within so much time, they'll get you for cruising. It's just crazy the way the law is written, and he didn't have a lot good to say about it. Then when I was in Geneva, Ohio, and they were trying to bring cruising back. The city councilor, I guess they call whatever they're called there, they were trying to bring cruising back. They're trying to encourage people to cruise because they had a couple of like old style kind of restaurants, and they couldn't get people to cruise. Yeah, I gotta laugh. You know, one town's trying to get rid of it, the other town's trying to bring it on. Pretty funny. This is who is this? Oh, tell me who this is. Tall damn. Who is this? I've got pictures here, but I don't want to read the real name. I want to read their screen name. And it is.
I know. What about if I'm lost, right? Yeah, that seems like a terrible thing.
Okay. Look at this. And then there's another picture. Oh,
Neat.
wow. Look at how
That's
so some
beefy.
kind of truck frame or something. Look at how wide this stance is.
Beefy.
Dean Stevenson, what about if I'm lost?
I already said that.
Oh, okay. I'm like trying to figure out why he said that.
See, okay, so cruising has different meanings in different environments. And so I can understand why I can't believe they're trying to get rid of cruising in cars. But like,
Oh, where I lived in California, they not only made it illegal, they blocked off. The big thing was the stores were open Thursday nights in San Luis Obispo. So everybody cruise on, there was like two one-way streets, one this way, one this way. And everybody cruised up and down those streets. And they finally blocked off the streets and put a farmer's market in there to stop it, you know. And then I moved to Geneva, Ohio, and they're trying to get people cruising again to
boy, in
get
Ohio,
them
they
to
love the car
to get them
cruises.
to get them to go to these restaurants. Yeah, trying to get people to cruise in the summertime, and they just couldn't bring it alive, you know. And it's like I'm amazed. Two towns doing exact opposite. I had to laugh at it. I don't know who sent this picture in.
See, in some places, cruising is associated with not with like classic cars and stuff like that. It's with drugs and other illicit activities, and so they don't want people just out driving around looking for trouble. So that's
Well, you know, the two one-way streets in San Luis Obispo, they were 3 lanes wide. So you just go down one street, and all the kids, you know, and the guys are checking out the girls, and, you know, it's a whole big thing going down there real slow down one street. Then you go around the other side, there's not many stores on there. And then it'd be like, wow, wide open up the other street, you know, so you'd be going like 70 miles an hour up through town, racing somebody, you know, one block at a time. So, yeah, I understand why they didn't like that. But then, you know, there I am later the same year, and they're trying to get it going in Ohio. Yeah. Oh, officer, I'm just delivering this package in my man truck. Cruising traffic wouldn't let me in. So I came around 3 times. Well, what Steve Leto was talking about was the way the law was written. They're going to count the number of times that cars go through the same intersection within a certain amount of time. He goes, man, what if I make a mistake and I turn around, I'm looking for an address, you know, and then
who's counting.
And they have police cars sitting there counting how many times the same car goes through the intersection.
They're paying somebody to just sit
They're
there,
paying somebody to do that.
identify a car. How are they going to prove it was you? What if you
Oh,
drive a
God.
car that's the same color as other cars?
I don't know.
So
Well,
now they're just targeting classic cars.
so then they go to it's in court now.
As
That's
it should
Cutter
be.
Down's car, isn't it? Okay.
What Karen thought of that law? Man.
Okay. So while I'm going
You
through my
did say
email,
you didn't want to see me again tonight. That's right, Dougster. That would never happen.
I don't want to see you again. Okay, then
Yeah.
Junkyard D sent
One
one
bad
in.
apple spoils the whole bunch, right? They're
What
just
is
like,
this?
go home.
What is this? Oh, I can't do that, can I? Maybe I can. Oh, yeah, I can. I thought I wasn't going to be able to log into this.
There you go. Are you able to drag that screen over so we
Yeah,
can
I'm going
see
to
it?
try. I'm going to try. I want to Junkyard D.
Oh, trying to give us suggestions.
Okay, but you're going to have to,
Get it bigger?
yeah, you're going to have to make it bigger. I can't do that. But it's for sale. It's $1,100. Isn't that what it said? I don't know. Now it's zoomed in too far, so you
I
can't
don't
read it.
know. And those tires look a little bit bald, but those wheels are probably $1,100.
You know that ladder I've got in the shop made out of tubing. You'd need to have that.
To get in, yeah. Yeah,
Especially
you need 3
me.
steps to get up in there.
You know, Kim's a little taller than I am. I always kid her. I said she's a foot taller than me, but she's not. But she's taller than me. So there's times I can't reach something. I'm reaching and she'll come over and just grab it. What was it last night? Oh, a big piece of foam. And it was, I
You
couldn't
got
reach,
monkey
I
arms.
couldn't reach that foam. And she reached up and just pulled it down. And then I was underneath the front of my car while she was working on the window. I was underneath replacing side marker lights and things. So it was, we got a lot done on my car last night. Yeah, that's something, isn't it? Oh man, my car, all my lights work now. My headlights all work. The side marker lights work. The taillights are a little dim. I don't like that. I'll probably do what
Too
Mexican
much
Spec
fun.
doesn't like. I'll probably put LEDs in my taillights just
They
to make
outlaw
them.
all the fun so you can sit at home and do drugs.
Kevin Smith,
Play
she's a
video
tall drink.
games.
She's a tall drink of water. That's what my mother used to say. Anybody that was tall is a tall drink of water. Straight bullet, Ford Fairmont or Mercury Zephyr with clear turn signals. Yeah, you know mine, the lenses are clear, but they had amber bulbs in them. Gearhead cruise nights in Bismarck every Tuesday. Main Street is packed. Man. Mexican Spec says LEDs won't help you buff with those big buckets. You mean those big buckets in the taillights? I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I like LEDs, and I know some people don't, but they're crisp, and they like the turn signals are crisp and clean and brighter. And I think today people are used to seeing brighter lights, and I think in today's traffic, it's a worthwhile thing having. So I'm gonna try it. I did it on the Valiant, and it turned out really good. You know those side marker light lenses that I bought from you, Mexican Spec. I've got LEDs behind those in the Valiant, and they're nice and just crisp, nice. And I think people today are used to that. Now the headlights are another thing. Uh, Headlights, LEDs are good if they're in a good light, but if just spraying light forward and blinding everybody, I don't like those. But if they're in a lamp that has a nice cutoff, I think they're good, because then they're not blinding the people coming the other way, but they're bright. And those rectangular lights, like in this picture, I can't find any good LEDs. They're just terrible ones. So I might put a set them in the high beams, but not in the low beams. So I don't want to blind people coming the other way. Let's see, Patrick. Wonder how much of a chop the Futura and Zephyr had over the regular one. Looking at this photo, I'd say 6 inches. I don't think it was 6 inches. I bet it was 2 inches or something. You know, it would be interesting to measure one of those, except I don't have one of those handy. They're all over the place. But I've got two of the Zephyr, um, the Z7 and Futura cars. Junkyard D 351M on a Bronco frame. Built that ladder. Oh, I've got the ladder. I already have the ladder. Halogen lights work fine. Yeah, it's just trying to find anything for these. I had a hard time just finding the replacement. They're 4x6 bulbs, and I had a hard time just finding the seal beams, but I found some, and they're made by Wagner. But everything else is terrible stuff. So yeah, there are some really good, Kevin. There are really some good LEDs, but they're in a good lamp that has a good cutoff. People used to retrofit LEDs and they were terrible. Yeah, it just depends on what ones you buy. The cheap ones just blast light forward and there's no cutoff. They just blind everybody, and I really dislike those. Mexican Spec says box stop rules. Futuras drool. Why? I like the Futuras. But that box top looks pretty good too. I mean, I don't really like the frame under it, but I mean, I like the looks of the car.
It could be cool. I don't know. I don't know that that's the right combo. I don't know that that's the right car for.
If I got another uh, Futura or Fairmont or Zephyr, I might want a wagon, which has the same height as the box top. Uh, I've had two wagons in the past. I had a Zephyr wagon and I had a Fairmont wagon. They're both pretty useful cars. Check out the Holly Retro Bright bulbs. That's Crash's Roadrunner Garage. I've thought about putting them in the high beams, but right now I'm just so happy to have all four lights working, and all my lights work. Right now, all my lights work. And I'm pretty happy to have that. Let's see, let's get another Rambler up here.
They're having whole conversations made from verses of music.
Oh,
That
can
means they're
you
reading each
fix
other's
this?
minds.
Can you fix it? Because I gotta get a cough drop, or I'm gonna start having trouble here. Yeah, Mexican Spec. You said stick shift wagon is cool. You got a red one on there. I just looked at. It's like, man, you got a lot of good stuff. Kim is thinking about rebodiing Bronco now. The wheels are spinning.
Oh, I've thought about it. That Bronco that body is really rough. But if we can get the powertrain going, maybe I don't know. For the future, I'd like to get it going and enjoy it a little bit before I hack it up.
This is another one from Buddy Carafano. Rambler stuff. It's not, by then, I don't know, 69. Were they calling them AMCs by 69? I don't think they were still using the. Oh, I guess this was a Rambler. It was an AMC Rambler. That I bet that was a fun car. I don't know what engine that had. Is that a 343? Maybe a 390? Or was that after? I think they had 343s in. I don't think they had 360s and 401s yet. I bet that was a 343. That's probably a quick car. Yeah, look at the paint job. The one next to my shoulder has
Not
that
many cars have
blue.
that short wheelbase as the Bronco does. That's true. We could change the wheelbase of the Bronco though, because we have a Ranger frame sitting on the property that we could use. We could just make it any length we wanted to make it. If we chose to do something like that. Right now, we are knee deep in 4 other projects that have to come first.
Oh, what do we have right now? We have the aluminum car, which right now is just a Spitfire frame, and which is actually looking really good. And we have okay, Spitfire
Your
aluminum car. My Z sled. The
My car.
your
I'm
dart.
sorting it. It's getting better. It's getting a lot better, but there's still some sorting that needs
Your
done. It
dart.
has to be in the lineup or else it'll
Got-
get neglected.
Got the Valiant. What else? That's 4
The
of them. I know
Valiant's way on the back burner.
it's
at
on the
this
back
point.
burner right now because it's a running car.
And I'm still
Yeah.
working on my Bronco too. I just spent like a week working on the manifold for it, and if I bolt
Oh
up
yeah, the Bronco.
if I bolt up the torque converter and put the starter in, it should run. Oh no, I need to wire it. I was reading about the TF. The distributor that's in there is going to need a little bit of
Can you back up a little?
something. I don't know how to make the distributor that's in there trigger properly.
This is another Barrows.
Oh, there. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, we're too big.
We
What
are
am I
too
doing
big.
wrong?
Now
There we
we're
go.
small.
Oh, that is cool.
That's a Barrows thing. You need a ladder. You need a bucket truck. Get in and out of your vehicle. Look at the seats in the back. Let's take somebody for a ride. You could have a party back there.
Just like cherry cola.
Royal Kingdom ad, says Buddy Carfano. Stray Bullet, Reno Tahoe ad. What else? I see a lot of stuff about cherry cola. Is that an ad?
No, that's
Gearhead says ride along. Oh, this is a ride along. Barrow says that was our 53 Ford. Yeah, when somebody says 53 Ford, this is not what comes to my mind, but it's a 53 Ford. Hippie Long food pantry ad. Good evening, Hippie Long. We haven't seen Hippie Long yet tonight, have we? You showed up, I think. Not
welcome
sure.
to the stream, Hippie Long. Good to see you as always.
Look
Who
at
is
that
it?
thing.
Barrow says the Bronco 2 with the twin eye 4x4. Those things will dang near turn around on a ditch bank.
I do know Lola's song. LOA Lola.
Yeah. And those are yeah, my Bronco 2. It's nice. It's small enough that I should be able to get it on a trailer or tow it very reasonably. It's not like super heavy. It's fully enclosed. And it is so whooped that I won't feel bad. If it gets scratched or dented or whatever, we're going to enjoy it.
This, I'm going to ask, I don't know if Steve Edwards still in here or not. Mexican Spec, I think you were the one that put up his channel 2 nights ago. We got a whole different crowd in here right now, or a lot of different people. I'd like to put up a link to Steve Edwards, boat anchor, CB radio repair, something like that. If you could put up a link to
if you're interested in
just
CB radio.
so some people can, if they're interested in that, they can sub to his channel.
He's been a friend of the channel, and it's working out
he's
good.
a good guy. But I just saw he had an email here, and he says he just did a video on it. It's a CB radio channel, but he also works on his Corvette. So he's got a video up about the Corvette, and I watched that, and it was pretty interesting.
Gearhead asks who did the paint. It is pretty cool paint. It's definitely monster truck paint.
I especially like the headlights.
The headlights.
Just green. Yeah, misheard lyrics. That's right. Yeah, I know I didn't quite get it right, but I know what it is.
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
See, for everybody that came in after the first 10 minutes of the show, I've been up for more than 24 hours now because we had like an all-night emergency. We worked till 4 o'clock in the morning, and then our refrigerator,
And then we had a failure.
The refrigerator took a crap.
It's always on the day that you work the latest that you come back to the house and then you find that there's more to do.
We just gone grocery shop and put all this frozen food and everything in the freezer, and we come back and it's all soft. So then I'm like cooking everything, trying to save at least some of the stuff we bought. And then first thing in the morning, I find a used refrigerator and go get it and all this. So it turned into a still awake. So yeah, I'm feeling my best. Had to double up on the caffeine this evening. Let's see here. Okay, so Mexican Spec did put that up.
Mexican Spec don't like flames on cars. I just don't like cars that are on fire.
Well, there's that Pinto that has the flames going backwards from the...
Yeah, that's amusing.
That's pretty funny.
We need to keep rolling. We've got lots of pictures of hot rods and rat rods and...
Kevin Smith says Samsung fridge. I'm betting. No.
No, it's just old.
It was a Whirlpool with the Roper name on it, so it was their cheap brand.
It's a 20-some-year-old
I
Roper.
bought it new in 2002, so it was 23 years old. So, you know...
And our air conditioner went out very similarly timed. And it's spring. We've had lots of storms. It could be a power-related kind of failure. Sometimes when you get power fluctuations, I'm just glad we didn't burn out the computer
Mexican
or something
says,
like that.
Take the door off the old fridge so Cherry doesn't get locked inside. You know what we'll probably do with that? My guess is there's a lot of sheet metal that is good to build cars out.
But you know the reason you can't use the sheet metal off an old refrigerator?
I have no idea.
It's an insulated box,
okay,
and the foam sticks to it. It's a pain in the butt to get it all apart. By the time you're done, you might as well just...
So what we got to do is take the door off it and take it somewhere where they take old refrigerators, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know here. I know how you have to do it up north where I'm from, but we'll have to do some research and find out how to get rid of an old refrigerator here.
Or sell it to somebody for $50.
The thing of it is maybe it just needs a capacitor.
You know what?
Have a start-run capacitor in a refrigerator?
You know what? When I was looking at refrigerators this morning on Marketplace, there was another one in there that was $50, and it looked just about like ours. It was identical to ours, and it said on there, it was $50, and it says, does not get cold. So I'm thinking, maybe we can run an ad like that. Does not get cold. Sell it to somebody. And then then it'll cost us $0 for the new one.
Do you have homeowners insurance? Not the kind that would cover appliances. That would be like a home warranty. Yeah. And that refrigerator is well out of warranty. Homeowners insurance would oh, he's talking about because of the power thing. I don't know. We needed a refrigerator and we got a cheap one right away. We went and got it, picked it up the same day. It worked out.
Yeah, Garrett says Mike Lavelle. Like Mike Lavelle, True Fire. Yeah, sadly he's passed away, but man, that guy was an artist. Man, he really did some cool stuff.
38 Racing says trade that old fridge for an old dryer. They have cool louvers on the back panel. Yeah, I'm with you there. Washers and dryers have 3 good sides of white enamel painted sheet metal. And especially an older one, like I had a Montgomery Ward one, and we still have a panel of it out in the garage, but I used a bunch of pieces of it to patch up my van. And the metal from that old dryer is near as thick as the body metal that was on it when it was new. It's real nice. You can weld it, you can bend it, it's mild steel. The worst part is the coating. When you bend it, the coating cracks.
Inspector Bruce, I have a 14 cubic foot fridge I use in the garage. It still works. I bought it new in 1983.
There you go.
Man, what brand is it? I want to know what brand that is. Yeah, my old radiator shop, I had one in that had the little ice thing. It didn't have a frost-free thing. It was just make a big block ice. You had to defrost it every couple of months. But it had an old click click latch, and everything. And I had that in my radiator shop. I don't know where I got it. It was somebody gave it to me, and it was probably 19 early 50s, and that was in the 70s and early 80s. Worked. It was a J.C. Penney. Well, I guess we won't be buying one of those. Petrosello, Monkey Wards, Montgomery Wards. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
There you go.
So,
what you really want is an old car with tires from J.C. Penney or Monkey Words. You know they're good.
well,
Pops.
that water heater we have out there, can we peel the sheet metal off that and use it?
It already is peeled off.
Yeah, but I mean, does it have insulation on the back, or can we use it?
We can use it. But
Okay.
yeah, it was a pain. You had to peel it off.
Can you bring up Mike Lavelle? I don't know exactly how to spell his name. True Fire.
Oh, we looked at this.
We looked at once before, but we're all talking about it, so I want to bring it up because it's pretty cool stuff. Or even Sears. And let's see. Let's see what you got. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, we can swap to that, and then you'll see. Yeah, that's him. And look at the flame jobs. I mean, the guy's an artist, That's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're into flames, it's a very non-traditional flame job, But it's Yeah, my mother worked at Penny's, and that's what she called it, Penny's.
I worked at a call center for Penny's for
You did?
a year, like 2 years. JCPenney Catalog Customer Service. This is Kim. How can I help you? And then I would click. And we had the mice. You know what a rollerball mouse looks like?
Yes.
Instead of you
I know
moving
exactly
the mouse around, the mouse stays stationary, and there's a ball that you roll with your thumb. And yeah, we would log in and we would order things. And if the things weren't in stock, we'd suggest alternates, or we'd place orders, and we'd take catalog customer service calls to see if people had problems with their orders all day long. And when it was Christmas time, there was a never ending number of people on hold waiting to place your order. It was terrifying. I would have nightmares. I had nightmares for years after I was done with that job. The stress of knowing that as soon as you were done with one difficult person, you will get a random person who may be nice, may be difficult. All that social interaction was incredibly draining.
Buddy Carafano says, I have a Samsung fridge ice maker, broke 3 times and only 6 months old.
Didn't they have a class action?
You know what I
suit
say
against
about Samsung? You know what I say about Samsung? These things right here, Samsungs, they're great. Anything bigger than this,
Not so good.
breaks. Guaranteed. I've had so much stuff that couldn't get through the warranty, or it breaks the day after 3 days. We have a TV here, 55-inch TV, that broke 3 days after the warranty expired. They wanted $500 to fix it. And you know what happened? We didn't fix it. I gave it away. I just don't buy Samsung stuff, except the phones. Phones always work. But the big stuff doesn't.
Dean, it's Caesar with a C. You're weird.
And Josh Homan is here. Good evening. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's some artwork, isn't it?
It's very flames.
Yeah, he'll be missed. I can't believe he died young. Yeah, there's a real Firebird hood. That's crazy.
Pretty wild.
Hippie long. I have a side-by-side fridge with ice maker. It keeps freezing the water line. Oh, man. Well, the one we bought today is doesn't have. That's why we got such a good deal on it. The ice maker is missing or something. So,
Quit talking about the refrigerator. Let's get back to hot rods.
I'm just commenting on this. So that's why our ice maker doesn't freeze, is because there's no ice maker. How could he die if he had more jobs to do?
Oh, yeah, they freeze the water line. Yeah. That's an insulation problem.
Last week, somebody named Doob Carlson was here. And he sent pictures of his, what year was that dart? I'll show a picture of the dart once again, because we showed it last week, but he sent another picture right as we ended. So I didn't get it up on the screen last week, but I'll bring it up. I don't know if he's here or not. I haven't seen his name, but doesn't mean he isn't here. There's this car.
That's pretty cool.
That's the one he put up. But then he also.
Sorry, I got this too big.
I know you got to do something with it. Okay, there we go. And then he sent this picture.
Yeah,
that's a pretty nice picture.
It's really clean.
But it came in just as we were wrapping it up last week, so I decided I was going to make sure I showed it this week.
Hippie Longs does Monster Jam 2 times a year. Gearhead says, I miss the old Monster Jam days and the Thunder Nationals with the sled pulls and the legends. They'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Oh my God.
There you go. That's back on topic.
Okay, this is
the viewer
Buddy Carafano.
Yay! Rat rods.
Sent in a rat rod. Oops, somehow I got that really messed up. But there it is.
Looks like
that's
some
kind of an
insect.
I would not enjoy driving that. But it's a rat rod, all right.
Is the roof made out of wood?
Could be. Dean Stevenson, is your refrigerator running?
Hey, Olive.
I remember all that.
Did I not see you come in? Welcome to the stream. Anyone that I didn't welcome in, hello! We're having fun tonight talking about our refrigerator.
No, I thought we were done with that.
I know, I'm just making jokes. I'm just making jokes.
Here's one that actually looks kind of cool. Oh, I see. It's down there. Down there.
Can you make it any bigger?
Yeah, I don't know why I still got that in the background. I don't know why it does that.
Click the biggie button.
Do that? The biggie button?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Oh, what's it say on the front there?
Case.
Is that like a loader?
Isn't that like a case tractor? Like a...
Oh, it's a tractor front.
Tractor front.
Wow. And that's early parts. That is really ratty. I'll give it that. It's not overdone. Very minimalistic. Can't tell what motor's in it. But pretty neat. Pretty neat. What kind of front end do you think
it looks like it's an inline 6 of some sort. Look at the intake manifold.
Yeah. Oh, Olive says it looks like they used a boat bottom for the roof of that flat rod. That makes sense. Yeah, wooden planks.
Barrow says J.I. case.
You would be folded up like a suitcase in that car.
J.I. case?
Yeah.
Case I.H.?
That's when you go all for the look and not the least bit about comfort or usability. Sir Rat uses an Oliver tractor radiator shell. Nice. Right? Sourcing stuff from different places. Very cool.
Dean Stevenson, you notice the Kelvinator refrigerator doors and Volvo doors look the same.
Square.
I guess it depends on what your Volvo is.
Anybody know what this front end is from?
Yeah, Barrow says, he said J.I. case, but I think isn't it Case I.H.? I don't know. Maybe it's something I don't know. J.I. case.
Oh, okay. looks like it was built some times ago. Reminds me of stuff they built in the 60s. It could be, or could it be built in that style to look like one, or it could be a more classic one that someone has brought back around. It is hard to say. What do you think about the Blackwall Discovery tires on the front? Look at the size of those headlamps.
I'm downloading more of Barrows. Barrows sent a lot, so I've been kind of
Barrows thinks it's a Model T straight axle. It does look early, doesn't it?
But here's, oh, that's really close.
That's an engine.
That's Barrows. Chevrolet. Barrows stuff. And I'm gonna.
The header.
Oh, look at that.
That is a hefty front beam.
Look at the camshaft down there.
For the bumper. Character. Lots of character there. Oh. It looks cool, but it's probably too loud to even stand beside.
Look at the power booster for the brakes.
The green one?
Yeah, it's green.
Yes.
38 Racing. Read what he said. Spray at the bottom.
He says he gets slapped for saying things about headlight size.
You know what's cool about this? The receiver for the hitch.
Really? Why is that?
Class 3 trailer. I mean, you can pull anything with this. I don't know how it would go.
Oh, it'd go. The green accents are a choice. Better than rust by a long shot.
What's the license plate say? Something potatoes. What's it say potato about the potatoes?
I don't know. Ask Dougster.
Ask Dougster. Yeah, ask Dougster. Why does it say potatoes in the Idaho plates? What's it say? Famous potatoes.
Oh, Barrow says they built individual baffles for the Zoomies. It's actually quiet.
Needs mud flaps. Yeah, I bet that would just fling crap everywhere. That'd be flinging dirt forward. Oh, I see. It's a 4-link and it's made from leaf springs. Okay, yeah, I get it. Now I see how that is.
Oh, I hadn't even quite put that together.
What's this?
Designing suspension and steering systems is very dicey. You got to know your stuff. That is an area of expertise that you don't want to mess with when, you know what I mean. I heard, and I believe that as a true statement, is easier to kill yourself than it is to make a better suspension system than factory. You got to do it right.
Danny Boyd's here. Good evening. And he says Idaho is where all the instant mashed potato producers are. Man, I haven't had instant mashed potatoes in years. I used to do that, though. What's he say? Somebody up here said something. Oh,
where
Mexican
is the giant potato, Stray Bullet? Maybe we should take a pilgrimage to the giant potato.
Before it disappears, Mexican Spec says, I got my wife mad when I was caressing the taillights on a 53 Buick at a car show.
Right? Don't you ever show me that kind of attention.
What's Mexican Spec saying to Danny Boy? Something, I don't know the first word, but it's that many minutes late, tardy. Okay, back to
Tim is here. Welcome to the stream.
Gearhead says there's a French fry factory in Grand Forks, North Dakota. It stinks so bad.
It stinks? Why does it stink? Is it from all the, cleaning the potatoes or something?
There was a town in Missouri called Boonville, Missouri, and I was there one time, stayed there for a couple of days, and there's a place there that bakes bread, and that whole town smelled so good. Yeah, it was amazing what that smell of that bread there. But the last time I went through there, it didn't smell like that. I think the bread place is
Oh,
gone.
Stray Bullet says it's mobile. The giant potato comes to you. Stray Bullet, does that mean is it like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile? I gotta take a quick break. All that coffee.
Well, then you gotta back. Okay,
Okay.
I'm downloading pictures, and now I've got to pay attention to the pictures and to the chat. I don't know if I can do that. Got to multitask.
Talk for a minute.
Yeah, I'm downloading. Okay, I got done with those. It was more of Barrow's stuff. Uh, Tim says, I was being quiet, eating dinner and watching. Oh, well, good. You've been here all along. That's pretty cool. Um, let's see if I can bring up more of these pictures from Barrow's. Where is it here? What is this? Oh, yeah, look at this thing. I've seen this. I've seen this vehicle before. It's only had 2 potato chip factories in town, Crown and Kelly. The smell of each was fantastic. Really? Stray bullet. There used to be a Hershey chocolate factory in my hometown. It stank. Is stank a word? Stank. 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 Makes it sound worse than it probably was. They use wind farms to slice giant potatoes. Danny Boyd, Hobart's got nothing on us. We can mash up 2 deuce and a halves of potatoes in 45 minutes. Oh, yeah, I've seen this before. I showed this picture before. I think I used this picture on a thumbnail one night. Stray bullet. He says stunk. Stank, and then he says stunk.
Stink, stank, stunk.
Stink, stank, stunk.
Stankery.
Are you conjugating verbs?
Stink ass.
Sparrows. Oh yeah, there's a lineup.
Very nice.
I wanted to go back to this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Buff, go in a bar and yell, I want some stank. People understand the word.
The number of man hours that it takes to make a car like this is just, you don't realize unless you build it yourself the number of hours. Each little detail can just be a whole day worth of work. You know, making the front bumper a camshaft and 2 pistons, it's not just like, there it is, you know. And this amazing thing that draws you into a rat rod, or should draw you into a rat rod, is the details, the
Stank is good.
the character.
As Mexican Spec said, he rode his bike. Does Roscoe? Oh, does. Probably in Roscoe Boulevard in Van Nuys. There's a Keebler cookie factory, and across the street is Anheuser-Busch beer factory. Good to horrible. Yeah, he doesn't drink. He doesn't like beer, right? He doesn't know if he doesn't like beer. He's never had any. But Keebler, everything Keebler makes is good. I mean, just everything Keebler makes is good.
Wait a minute, you say there's a factory, but all that Keebler stuff is made by elves in trees. Silly.
Elves and trees.
Silly. You thought there was a factory. Maybe they put them in boxes in the factory, but the elves in trees make the cookies.
Each of those we did, this Barrow says, each of those we did over a winter. We traveled the road in the summer and built rats in the cold. Oh, man. Yeah, you're hardcore up there in the cold white north.
I mean, we're more set up for winter building now. We're slowly getting there. We got to get some things out of the garage that are things that can go into
Well, I feel
storage.
I feel so good right now that we have my car in there and the window's working, but you want to refine it a little bit. I got the lights done. There's a couple other things I want to do, but then I got a daily driver again. I got my car back. And it's not going to be in there for very long. But Kim, we can demolish English in 5 minutes here.
Dean, I have no doubt that you are able to crucify the English language in short order. My hat is off to you in regard to that. Look how big I get. All I gotta do is get.
I know you're like a foot taller than me.
I'm a giant. Oh man.
Mexican Specs says the cookie smell was great. Yes, the elves work in the factory and Van Nuys. The beer factory was horrible. I never had a desire to try beer after that. I knew a guy that was up in Fairfield, California. Oh, there's ads. I don't want to talk through the ads.
Hippie Long says Pennsylvania makes the best chips and pretzels. You know what? There's a lot of manufacturing of that in Pennsylvania. I don't know why specifically in Pennsylvania, but like Utz is in Pennsylvania. I think Wise has. There's a whole bunch of places that makes.
I had never heard of Utz or Wise until I got to Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
Never heard of them. And of course, now there's Utz here even. I was going to say something about the smell of the beer factory, Anheuser-Busch. There was Anheuser-Busch, I don't know what it is, brewery. I don't think it's a factory. But it was in Fairfield, California. I had a friend that got out of the Air Force and he worked there. He says they were allowed to drink all the beer they want all day. While they're working there, they can drink all the beer they want. He said he thought it was great until about the third or fourth day. Yeah, he was so sick of the beer. He never wanted to drink beer again.
Danny Boyd says something I think is important to note is Gary Utz from my high school township lost his life in Vietnam, like 2 weeks from coming home too. Danny Boyd, and yesterday was Memorial Day, so I think that it is. Thank you for mentioning the memory of someone who has served the country like that, and we appreciate and salute their sacrifice. Wish it didn't happen that way, but a lot of good people have served, and we respect and appreciate that.
Buddy Carfano, Planet Fitness ad, Inspector Bruce, Leslie's Pool Supply ad.
Okay, you guys get 2 points each for those ads.
Mexicans.
Not 2 points per ad, just 2 points per time you get ads.
And Mexican Spec says, scam, I don't know how to pronounce that, Mito, something. Ad. It's an insurance company in Mexico, apparently.
You know what? I wanted to mention, last week,
I
showed this thing, and it is made out of these little jewel rocks, and it's 30 by 30 centimeters. It's a really cool thing for like wall hanging. You could even give it to somebody as a gift. Frame it and give it to somebody as a gift or something. It's super pretty. Every single one. Someone hand laid all these little crystals, and the colors are really vibrant, don't you think? I don't think that the camera doesn't really do it justice. But it's a pretty design. It's astrological design. I don't know. Maybe you got some hippie chick in your life who would like something like that, and we're offering it as a giveaway. How many points did we say we wanted?
I don't remember.
If somebody wants it, I will mail it to you. And as a points redemption thing, and we said that last week, and like 2 people said they were going to, but nobody emailed. So if you want it, put in your request. How many points do you think we should make? 30 points? Because it's 30 by 30?
I don't know.
If you have 30 points...
Well, Hippie Long says we had a winner last week. We did have a winner last week, but he was in Ireland, and I think he turned it down because...
He didn't want to make us pay
because it was... We're going to have trouble getting it there.
But yeah, no, it's up for grabs still. I was mentioning it because it didn't get taken. No one sent an address.
Man, that's going by so fast. I want to read. Oh, here, I see it. The gel. Stray Bullet says the gel. It went away.
You need to go back.
Yeah, just a little bit, but not for long.
Too stressed.
Okay. Stray Bullet says the Jelly Bean Factory is in Fairfield, or maybe it's in Suisun City. Okay, you can go back. That's actually, I think the Budweiser plant was actually in Sassoon. So, yeah, anyway, and those are two cities. They're right next to each other, and they're both supported by Travis Air Force Base. It's like if you're at Travis, you know those two places. Edward Leonard is here. Good evening.
Gearhead mentions a shout out to the 2nd Brigade, Brothers Keepers, and Sons of Silence for their support and dedication to our fallen. Yeah, it's an important thing that people do. I don't know all of those organizations, but I know that they it's important stuff. Thank you for mentioning them.
Stray Bullet says points are not a giveaway. We have to earn points.
Okay. Well, it's a points redemption item then. Thank you for clarification, Stray Bullet. I'm worried about the tax. I don't want you guys to have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah, import taxes. Danny Boyd says, I don't get points. I get demerits.
Demerits. You're collecting them.
Stray Bullet, if you know Travis, you know. Yeah, I was at Travis basically for 10 years. I did a lot of TDYs out of Travis, but I was stationed at Travis for a long time.
Wendy is here. Hello, Miss One-Eyed Cat.
Oh.
Welcome to the stream. I get dementia. I got a little bit of it.
Do I have dementia? Is that why I forget everything?
It's very mild, but you have the early parts of it. Yes.
I have the early parts of dementia.
Yes. When you have serious dementia, I will also state that. I'm not shy. I grew up with people who had Alzheimer's and dementia and other things. My dad had epilepsy. Well, still does have epilepsy, severe. And when people have it, I just tell them. I don't.
Hey! We got super chat. I don't know what we put the drone up there. Retired Inspector Bruce, $10. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so.
I'll help pay for postage. He says. Oh, so we got to send that to Ireland.
That's super generous of you.
We got to send it to Ireland now. We got to get. What's his name from Ireland? I can't think of his name. See, dementia. We got to get. We got to send this now.
We have some great friends in the channel who are very generous, and we really appreciate it. It's never expected, but it's always appreciated.
But we don't want them to have to pay import taxes on it either. So I don't know what the import taxes are that Ireland has bestowed upon their people. Mexican Spec says, we need rain here. Can somebody send us some? You know what? Oh, yeah, Tommy. Tommy's in...
Tommy Hanlon?
Tommy Hanlon's in...
Well, if he comes in, we'll remind him that he can... But he didn't send it. He kind of said, no, don't worry about it, and then he didn't...
Tommy Hanlon. It's Hanlon.
Oh, did I get it wrong?
No, Patrick Sullivan said Hanlon, and it's Hanlon. Yeah, and Mexican Spec says he wants rain. We have so much rain here, it won't stop raining. It rained last night, rained. It's raining again. We were moving that refrigerator around. It was drizzling rain. Luckily, not real hard, But yep, Ireland probably has tariffs. Every country has tariffs or import taxes or import duty, and they call them one of the three. Every country except the U.S. until a month ago. Now every country has. So, yeah. Raining like hell here in North Carolina. Edward Leonard says that. Yeah, it's been raining and raining and raining and raining. It doesn't stop raining.
Monsoon season.
It just doesn't stop here. Last year, as soon as we planted our garden, it stopped raining. This year, we've had nothing but rain. So, we're actually harvesting radishes out of the garden already.
We did get a radish.
Yeah, we were eating radishes out of the garden already, and they grew quickly. Hippie long. Saturday we had 106 here. Mexican Spec, I had to pay 300 pesos on free t-shirts that Kathy sent me. She did not mark it as a gift. You know, and a lot of times that makes a difference. If you mark it as a gift, the then you don't get charged anything. It just depends on how the laws in those countries are written, and
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes you got to put down the magic words. You know, I don't remember what you wrote, Mexican Spec, when we bought those. Oh, I know, we didn't have any tariffs then.
I know, Dan. The government needs that money,
When you sent me
and they'll
the
use it better than you could have, of course.
when we bought the side marker light lenses from Mexican Spec, I'm thinking there were no import taxes on that, but we didn't have any. We didn't have any tariffs then, so I don't know what he wrote on there, but the value he put was he just put whatever we paid for him. Wasn't real hard. Wasn't real lot of money. It was real reasonable. But they are not entitled to it if it's a gift.
Some night in the shop, we'll talk about the dementia.
Dean
The
Stevenson says,
symptoms,
at
the
least,
signs and symptoms
Yeah.
of dementia
At-
and Alzheimer's as they come.
at least you remember he was from Ireland. Yeah,
You got any more pictures? Are we moving through them at all?
let's see, tariffs are only on bigger items. The lights I sent are not tariffed. Yeah, okay. And that's, you know, I think the tariffs are mostly like on containers of stuff coming over, you know, from wherever.
Well, that's where they're hoping to make the
Okay,
most
what did
money.
you want me to do now? Change pictures?
Yeah, just every once in a while, change the
Yeah, I
picture,
know.
keep it rolling.
I got talking instead of paying
It's
attention.
okay to stop and talk, but we are here to be entertainers, not to
Yeah, I know.
stroke
I
our
know.
own egos.
I know. So, let's see here.
Old timers. We are. Anyone under 20 thinks we're all a bunch of old heads. That's okay. Old heads got to have fun too. Old heads know how to have fun.
See,
We've
that's-
been through it, and we know what to avoid and how to have a good time. I think that's a good thing. Oh, it's this thing again.
Yeah, that's in the shop. Yeah, that's another Barrows picture.
It's a really unique project, but I don't know. I
Well,
would not want to ride
I
that.
like stuff like that, but I don't know how much I'd ride it if I built it. You know?
I don't know. Maybe it rides better than I imagine.
Okay, let's see here. Buddy Carfano has another rat rod. Let me see what it looks like. See if I want to put it up. Oh, this is really something. I don't know. This is beyond what I kind of like. It's interesting.
Oh, that's a monster one, huh?
That looks like you could do a wheelie and flip over backwards and then go the other direction. Tires need to be like 5 inches large in diameter. You could flip it over and then go this way,
Some
and
kind
then
of
flip it over and go
tractor.
this
See,
way.
I think they tried too hard. Is any of that genuine, or is that like super custom just for the aesthetic?
Who did that? Is that one of
There's another one right next to it too.
yeah, is that one of
It's
what's
got
his
the
name?
giant rivet. It looks kind of like a tank attached to
Look at the rivets.
That's some wild aesthetic, I gotta say. Josh Human says, fun Homan
I think that's how that's
is
pronounced.
essential at any age. Absolutely. More so as you get older, because life is tough. You gotta have, you gotta be able to relax, kick back, enjoy yourself. And it's boy, is it difficult to socialize as we get older. I don't know. It's different. It's tough. This is nice because I can be around familiar, even though most of you I have not met in person, although there are people who I have met in person here, but most of you I have not met in person. But I feel like I know you. We built a connection over time, which is super cool.
More Barrows. This is his
Can't wear your cowboy hat in that one? No, they have to like drill a hole out of the roof so your hat can stay.
Oh, that would be kind of interesting. This is another one of Barrows. This is his neighbor's car. Oops. Can you fix that picture so it's I don't know what you have to do to fix that. Oh, there's what you do. Look at that.
Now this is a custom car. This is not so much a rat rod, but that is an interesting chop.
Danny Boyd says, not a big rat rod but some of them are pretty cool. Yeah, I agree with that. And then there's stuff here that we just have some junk laying around, and I'd put a rat rod together out of the junk and just have fun with it.
Well, we've talked with Barrows about that. We have that forward frame.
Look at that. Look at
with
that.
the twin I-beam suspension in the front, and that would be neat. But
Danny Boyd goes, yeah, it's a
Future.
Avenger
Future.
Ute.
Avenger Ute. Oh, it's an Avenger.
That's Barrows' next door neighbor,
Doesn't
and
look
you
too
see.
bad.
You see
I'm curious
Barrows'
about how they did. Like, does it have a tailgate on it? No, it's just the rear. I wonder if it opens. Like, they did a nice job with it.
Yeah, they did.
Doesn't look too bad considering.
Well, you know that pickup bed's probably pretty deep because that's a front driver.
Oh, it's a front driver. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, it probably has a solid axle underneath. Or does it have wishbones?
In the back, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably an axle.
It's interesting.
I like that thing.
And it uses an S10 back of the cab. It uses the back of an S10
Ah,
cab.
okay. That's where they got the window in that front.
Pretty nice, yeah.
Oh, Barrows says the tailgate works well.
Nice. That kind of fabrication takes some time. Pretty neat.
Oh, they couldn't find they couldn't find a first gen Dakota. Still cool as hell. Yeah, I really like that thing.
Oh, and look what's in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Can you tell?
Yeah, it's a GMC, probably about 1952 or 53.
Man, he's good at that. It's a cool car. Or a cool truck back there. Somebody has got him piled up. They got him piled up, right? Like cordwood, ready to build them projects.
And there's some auction bottles sitting there.
Mm-hmm. They got stuff. They're ready to work.
And that's next door to a Barrows. Man, can you imagine that? Those guys are probably out there talking all day. And then they got to work.
Kevin Smith says that, my friend, is a hell of a conversion. Yeah. Crits Customs is here. Says hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Hey,
glad you're here.
I'm pulling up more. Let's see what this is. Okay, more from Barrows. I'm downloading them. Barrows sent in a lot of stuff. A real load of stuff. And
thanks, Barrows. Well, he's a rat rod kind of lover.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's perfect for what we're doing. Oops, I did that wrong. What did I do here?
What did
there.
you do?
Oh, I just clicked the wrong clicker thing, and then I had to fix what I did.
Orange cats are still cool, though? Okay.
Orange cats.
Orange cat bad. Orange cupcake's good, too. Oh, there's that Volkswagen again.
Okay, let's see here.
Pretty neat, pretty neat. Oh, I like that truck.
What is that, an old milk truck or something?
See, look at that short it is. Look at that wheelbase is super
59.
short.
Look at that 59 Pontiac back there.
I like that too.
4-door hardtop.
I really like the stance of that milk truck. It's a really good picture of it.
Remember I was talking the last live we did up at the shop 2 days ago? I was talking about we went into the drive-in movies and we were hiding, but then we found out they was trying to charge per car, so it didn't matter. It was one of those. It was a station wagon, 59 Pontiac wagon, and I laughed because I said it's got 4 fins on the back. And yeah, you wouldn't want to be on a bicycle and smash into that thing. That was pretty sharp.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Barrows says that's speed wake at the Salt Flats.
Man, that's cool. Cool stuff. What else have I got here? Flowmaster. A whole Flowmaster car.
Okay, that's hideous.
Is there a jet engine in that thing? Oh, man. And there's this again. Okay, I got to go back to
Orange cats love lasagna. Some of them do, I guess. Those guys joined our camp. The muffler guys.
What is this? Orange cats love lasagna. Muffler diving.
Hey.
I saw that.
Wow, Motor Week Retro Marathon. Dean and Olive were there. And there was 9,630 people peak viewing. It's a lot of people watching something.
There's barrows on the Canadian border.
Those are big tires. Wow.
On the Canadian border.
On the Canadian
I don't know
border.
exactly where the border is there. Well, that's what he said. So
The border.
So I'm just repeating it. He has. Yeah, on the Canadian border is what it says.
It says rideamonster.com. Oh, excuse me.
Kim, you okay there?
No, yeah, perfect. I'm fine. I'm not wet. I'm not sleepy.
Yep, Garfield loves lasagna.
Why are we talking about orange cats? I don't know. I don't know where it started.
Barrow Speed Week is a lot like No Name Nationals. Commodity. I think that's commodity. I don't. Now I butchered that word.
Where is Speed Week at? Where is that?
It's on. It's in the far western edge of Utah, almost on the Nevada border, but it's in Utah, and it's salt flats there.
What time of year is that?
That's what is it? August, I think. And yeah, I know a lot of people that went to. They used to go there. Let's see if I can find pictures. I know I've showed these before, but I want to show them again. Let's see. Oh.
Says the orange-haired girl. Oh, you guys are calling me a cat. An orange-haired cat. Maybe. My hair is a little bit orange, isn't it?
I gotta find this.
Well, I can think of worse things to call me. Okay.
Oh, here it is. I'll show you what I have friends that ran at the Speed Week in that thing.
Oh yes.
That thing had a 300 cubic inch Chrysler Hemi, right where the driver normally sits, and the driver sat in the passenger, next to the passenger door on this side, and kind of looked past the engine. But they went like 250 miles an hour in that thing. Let's see if I can I have other pictures of it here. Yeah, there's pictures of it.
Wow, look how low it is.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember seeing it in person. There they are pushing it. They push it. It had a torque flight with no torque converter, so they'd push it up to, I don't know how fast, and they could go, I remember 90 in first, and then second, I don't know how fast they went, and then 250 miles an hour in high gear. Kevin Smith, I did say Kim's, looking good. And I don't know why it says Corvega on it, because I don't think there's anything Vega at all. But I remember standing next to that thing, and the top was really short, and they had a big aluminum front end on it. They cut up a Nomad. Oh, those aren't called Nomad. They're called Lakewoods. Lakewood. Corvair Lakewood wagon. Yeah, they cut this up. This was probably about 1978, maybe, that they did this. And they brought it by my radiator shop, and I got a chance to look at it really close. And when they had it there, it had all this salt all packed up in the wheel wells and everything. It was pretty cool.
But he says, are you brave or stupid to drive that? I think you have to be bravely stupid.
But you want to
go
go
stupidly brave.
They lost control of it one time, spun around backwards, and it went up on the taillight and pirouetted around, came back down on its wheels, and whoever's driving it popped the chute, which straightened them right out, and they came to a stop going straight ahead. So it's a Corvair station wagon. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't ever remember saying that seeing that thing that say Corvega on it. I don't ever remember seeing that. And that looks like those stickers like you use for addresses on houses. I don't ever remember that being on there.
A Vegas steering box. Yeah, maybe it's that.
Oh, I got to go to my email now because
Yeah, were you out of pictures?
no, Mexican Spec. Yeah, probably. I was getting really out of pictures. But Mexican Spec said he just loaded me up with pictures.
Okay.
So we're going to see what he has. Oh my God. Mexican Spec. You sent me a whole library.
Nice.
Yeah, we know it ain't a big engine, big a suspension. It could have been up front. Up front, I know there was just a tubing axle up front. I remember seeing that, and I don't know what it had in the back. I mean, it had a pretty powerful Chrysler Hemi with a Roots blower on top of it. Like a 671. So couldn't have been too light duty in the back. Okay, I'm gonna start in on Mexican Spec. You sent me so many pictures. I'm going to download some of them because there's so many. So many. And they're all good pictures, but man. And I'm trying to pick through which ones I don't want to download, and they're all good.
Ha ha ha.
I said start with the oldest. I didn't. I just took a stab at it.
Okay, we're doing the Mexican Spec segment of the program, folks. Mexican Spec helps people to import classic Mexican Spec cars from Mexico to other places or to other parts of Mexico, but generally from the Mexico. He helps you import it into the United States after a certain year.
I think it's 25 years.
After 25 years,
And
you
I
can
think they
import
go.
them into the United
And I
States.
think if I'm right, I think they go by the production date, not the year model.
Doesn't
So
matter.
it's 20. Well, it does matter because as it becomes available, man, it's available.
I feel like we have known Mexican Spec long enough to have some confidence in his business dealings, and he has helped some of members of our channel to get some vehicles, which we're eager to see some more information about. And he moves them around and helps people find their dream car. Maybe it's in Mexico. Maybe it has been lovingly restored or is in still very youthful condition. Obviously, in Mexico, they don't get the same kind of rust that we might get in some northern parts of the
Same
United
kind
States.
of rust, like none.
And then also, if you need some repairs or customizations, the labor costs in Mexico are low compared to in the United States. So you might be able to get something really special.
What is this? Buff, we are 30 seconds World War III with Russia. Putin has snapped.
It's been bad for a while. It's been bad for a while. I hope nothing new has happened today, but it's been bad. So, back to the Mexican Spec segment of the program. Every week, Mexican Spec sends us some pictures of some cars that are relevant to the topic, and I guess we're some Ramblers, Mexican Spec Ramblers, and they're almost certainly for sale. So if you see something that you love, you got to have, you could talk to Mexican Spec and he'll help you buy it.
And then Danny Boyd says it's a 258. There are some of those 6-cylinders in Mexico that were bigger than 258. It could have been one of those.
Mexican Spec is your boots on the ground to find something special out of Mexico and help you get it across the border in a safe and legal way. I don't know if he has a better script for me to read that's in his regard, but that's just my understanding of it. So I will try and, get the written text. But he had, if you want to see everything that's in his catalog, you can find Mexican Spec on Instagram. And I invite Mexican Spec to give
Yep.
us a link to whatever his favorite way for you to get in touch. He's on Instagram. He's also on YouTube. And he puts up new stuff. If you just like looking at old pictures of old cars, because since it has to be at least 25 years old, there's just a big array of classics in different conditions, different price ranges, that kind of thing. Obviously, he doesn't want to deal in total junk, and certainly there's no way he can guarantee every part of a car so old, but he's pretty good at figuring out. Yeah, yeah. I think I made the argument.
What is this? Full disclosure on the black Dart, Arizona MVD did not accept the documents on the car, so the client is upset. Oh, what the heck? Why didn't they accept them? They accepted all the other ones.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that's bad.
That's a real problem. But Mexican
Well,
Spec,
so are you going to be able to straighten it out? Maybe. I don't know.
well, I mean, there'll definitely be some kind of resolution, but that sucks that it's given problems.
That's a great car.
Well, we look forward to hearing about it. See, full disclosure, Mexican Spec's not trying to hide when that sometimes it's not perfect.
That looks cool.
That looks like an AMC, but that's a Rambler, huh?
That
it's
is
sort of
a,
both.
they call it a VAM or VAM. Got ads. Kevin Smith, any Mercury Capris? Oh, Danny Boyd says I had 2 Fox Capris. You know what a Fox Capri is? Looks like a Mustang.
Yeah. Kevin Smith, I don't know. Mexican Spec, any Mercury Capris? The documents were court documents awarding the car to the owner after the papers were lost. We're working on it now. Okay.
Okay, so you're
That's all you can do is work on it, right? Old cars sometimes have problems and sometimes it's title problems. It ain't easy pulling a classic out of the bushes with no documents, no keys, and fixing it all up and getting it all back road worthy. All you can do is do your best with it. And that was a pretty special looking car. So, I mean, sometimes it's going to be work. I'm sorry it's being a problem, Mexican Spec. Hopefully you can get it sorted as quickly as possible.
Man, Arizona is one of the states I've had the least problems with their MVD, which is Motor Vehicle Department, I think.
Olive likes the spunky little red one.
Oh,
Mexican Spec got a GoDaddy ad. That's 2 points. Dean Steven got a Racine paint decorating advertisement. Okay, you get 2 points, Dean. Obviously, if you get an advertisement, Buddy got one for goldfish. Smile, you've got goldfish. If you get an advertisement, let us know, and you get 2 points automatically. Even if I don't see your comment and read it, you get 2 points for calling out your advertisement. That's a thing that we do because our advertisers are generous enough to pay for all the kilobits that we're using. And so we mention it. And you all kind of get an idea what everybody else is seeing as far as ads. And it's just something that we do, a short segment that we do. We thank you for enduring the advertising that we allow to happen. We could turn it off, but we wouldn't even make any pennies. And YouTube doesn't really like it when you turn it off because how are they supposed to make any money doing that? Dean says he got a Kia ad.
Okay, you're getting it.
Miss One-Eyed Cat got a Hurt on the Job ad. Is Hurt on the Job a company?
I don't know what that is.
It might be. Okay. Thank you, Miss One-Eyed Cat.
This
You both get 2 points for your ads.
I'm starting.
Kevin Smith is not getting ads, and that reminds me, I like to mention, if you have an ad blocker, so you're not getting any opportunities to see advertisement and collect points, but you're here and you're supporting the channel with your time, and you're paying to see us through YouTube.
If the ad blockers through YouTube,
Yes.
we still get something. Yeah, not a lot, but we still get something.
I'll give you 4 points because you've missed about 4 ad breaks. So, and we appreciate you. And I want everybody to kind of get points. I mean, if you just hang around, you should start collecting points. And how the points work is I award the points when you do something good, but I don't got a database. I don't got a spreadsheet. I can't keep track of all these points. It's on your honor. I award the points. You keep track of the points. That's how it works. So,
Patrick Sullivan has YouTube Premium. Then you are.
Yeah, you just got 4
We
points.
just get a little bit of that. Okay, this is a Mexican spec car. And this is a 72 Matador.
Ooh, that's a fancy car. That's a boat. Is it a
Yeah, Kevin
four-door?
Smith. See, Kevin Smith's asking about the Studebaker. I already said that I was going to put him in my will, and then he figured out I might be serious, and he goes, "No, don't do that." So,
We got to put that Studebaker back together someday.
see, there's another project sitting there that I forgot about when we were talking
You
about
forgot
projects.
when we were counting that. Right, it's
Count
not even on the
projects.
list anymore. All right, that's a 4-door.
Yeah,
What
this
motor's
looks
that got?
kind of like a. It's an AM, it's not Ambassador. It's a Matador.
That's a big old cruiser. Oh, it's the interior looks nice.
Looks like a police car in the U.S.
What's it got? A 3 on a tree? I see it's got the extra.
It's got a
pedals.
clutch and it's got a shifter up on the column, so I
My
would guess it is.
my Dart has 3 pedals, but it's an automatic. Could you see somebody trying to steal my Dart? They'd be like, "What? What do I do?
What's that pedal for?
Why is the clutch all the way on the floor?"
So yeah, her Dart is now on automatic.
That's a cool interior upgrade. I'm not offended by that.
Yeah, Buddy Carvana says looks like a fire chief car. Needs a siren.
Oh yeah, it would be really cool as a movie car. Oh, I don't know about the drink cup holder in the back, but I mean, I respect the fact that like somebody has maintained this car in a way that you could enjoy driving it.
See, and that's at 4.6.
That's the big 6. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Ready to drive.
Seeing what I like up
If
there.
you don't like the interior and you want something different, you can talk to Mexican Spec. He's working out deals with upholstery shops local. He could maybe have something different made for you if you didn't like it, although bucket seats are comfortable. If you don't like the color, he could work out getting it painted.
Here's what I did like about these Matadors.
Has resources down there.
Look at the inner fenders. They have those trays up there that don't go anywhere. So you can pile tools in there while you're working on the car. They never fall off. They stay in those. See the
little tray.
Way are they? Where I'm pointing the wrong way.
Channels.
Right there. Yeah. And you can put tools in there. They never fall into the compartment. They never fall off the car. And then when you're finished working, you just clear those trays out. And the Matadors are always like that, or they were like that for many, many years.
Stray bullet. You know what I would
Yeah, put a spring on the clutch pedal and pretend to use it. Yeah.
What I think would be really cool is to put burnout brakes on the clutch pedal. Right? Make it so that the clutch pedal actuates like the e-brake. No, not the e-brake.
Olive. Did you read Olive?
A big whoopee cushion on the clutch mechanism. Make it the horn, the Ooga horn. A pump. I don't know. I haven't done anything like that yet. I'm still sorting the car. The brakes are much better.
Yeah, they work.
I think it needs a drum. I think it has one of the drums in the back is a little bit warped. So I need to fix that.
Makes a little
It goes, when I'm in traffic, just rolling, just real gentle, I can feel it go. Factory 4.6 liter, the big 6. That's gonna be nice, smooth power coming out of that. Those are pretty reliable motors too, aren't they? A really neat classic. I like this one. That's nice. That's a really classy looking body style.
69 American.
69. Nice. Any interior pictures? I'm curious what the interior looks like on this one.
Pull my finger.
A little 2-door. That's a sporty one. I bet it's the same 6-cylinder.
Dean Stevenson air raid siren. What?
On the pedal. We were talking about things to put on the attached to the clutch.
Oh, look at the sun on that. That's not paint, is it?
No, that's just the shadows. Oh yeah, that's a nice interior. It looks like it's maybe a 4-speed. Yeah, it's tight. It looks good.
Look at that.
Yeah. The advantage is it's sitting on the towel patio.
I
People
want to
take
put
classy pictures in Mexico, I gotta say.
yeah, like that. Look at that. Look at that headliner. Pretty nice. You could plumb in another master on the front brakes through the other pedal. They may. Oh, you already read that? Oh, be a line lock.
Yeah, line. Well, I have a line lock on the van. I got to take off. Mexican spec would love to specialize in these Rambler cars, but nobody wants them. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, I want Mexican Spec to put up a link to his Instagram because his Instagram, it's really good.
Did he not already?
I don't know if he did that, but it has all the like every car he has available. It's like right there you can see the pictures. And his Instagram is a really good site.
Yeah, the amazing thing about the cars that come out of Mexico, they're not rusty. They've been
You
in
know,
Mexico.
I have seen a couple of cars he's had that had some rust on them. They were probably from near the coast or somewhere,
Yeah.
but he tells you, hey, this one's got some rust, and there are only a couple that I ever saw that had any rust. I'm downloading more pictures while I'm being quiet over here. Oh, there you go. There's the Instagram. Yeah, click on that, people, and then just save it so you can go back and look at it any old time because
Oh
that's
yeah, he
it's
posts
got a
new
lot
cars
of.
all the time.
He's always got new stuff up, and it's
Very
pretty good.
entertaining. Give him a follow.
And then what'll happen is you'll see something you want, and you'll be contacting him and going, "Hey, I
Hippie Long
I want one."
asks, Kim, have you seen the product called a carb cheater? I absolutely have. Thunderhead 289 and his employer, a friend of his, together they produced the product called a carb cheater. And from what I've seen of it and what I've seen of Thunderhead 289, it looks like a really cool thing. Basically, what it is it's an oxygen sensor, a idle air inlet valve, and a little computer control. And so basically, you set your carb up a little bit rich, and then it reads the oxygen sensor. It can adjust the idle air bleed throughout the range of operation and try and maintain an adjustable air fuel ratio. Ingenious little gadget. I think it's cool. And I think they've gotten a lot of positive feedback. They developed it. I think a lot of it is made and assembled in America. They package them up themselves. And I think that it is a great project to support if you have a use for it. And I think that I would like to have one on a car in the future, but right now we don't really need one. But like theoretically, you should be able to do some really neat things with it. And it's the gadget has some good things. Like if you don't want it, you can just unplug it and your car's still going to run because the carburetor still works the same way. Bear Rose bought one of their timing lights and it's actually a really good timing light. Yeah, we're always in favor of good people doing good things. I've enjoyed Thunderhead 289's content for a while. From back when him and Junkyard Diggs pulled that car out of the weeds and revived it, and he comes and goes. He's like a perennial. He'll make some videos and then he'll be busy working for a while, and then he'll come back and do some more videos. And yeah, I think it's a neat project, and I they just came out with a little standalone screen that you could put on there. It's cool for modern hot rodding. You know, you get some the advantages of the computer control without so much terrible overhead, and it's not like a black box kind of setup. It's pretty analog sort of way of making it computerized. Pretty neat stuff. I'm totally in favor. Okay.
Brian from Lunar Outlaw is making things for carburetors. Yeah, he's really gotten into the 3D printing things.
Yeah.
And he's got things that fit on top of the carburetor, just set tools and stuff. It is pretty cool stuff. You can check out his things too. Tavo's here. Good evening. What is this face you're making, Tavo?
Welcome to the stream.
What is this face you're making,
looks
Tavo?
Unhappy.
What happened?
Was it as bad as losing a refrigerator in the middle of the night? because that was drama. Big drama. How will we ever financially recover from this? It was a little bit sucked.
Okay, so
I knew there had to be a way to get you to clean out the refrigerator.
this is a Mexican spec car. It is a 1970 Rebel, which is just think about how old that is. That's
I don't want to like that color, but I do
I
really
mean,
like that color.
think of the age of that and look what it looks like. I mean, that's where
There's still chrome on the bumpers, people.
there's still that is a great looking car. You don't see that in the northeastern U.S.
I'll bet you the rear quarters are actually made of metal still.
Look at that thing.
It's another stick shift car. I can't tell what transmission it has. I don't even see a shifter lever.
I'm trying to find the shifter. Oh, there's
Very
the trunk.
cool.
Look at the trunk. Look how nice that is.
Nice and cleaned up.
Mexican spec says the wheels can go. You know what? I think the wheels look good, but I think it'd look better with the stock wheels. But yeah, it's there's nothing wrong with those wheels.
I could see that as an aesthetic. Like I could live with those wheels. They're pretty nice. You know, the good thing is they like they're clean and they look good. They're not
Kevin Smith
like
says
super dumb like donk wheels or anything like that. I think they look good on the car.
Kevin Smith says almost like Cuba, where Mexican spec is a lot of cars. You know what? Cuba, they end about 1960 or so. You know when Castro showed up and Americans quit dealing with them, so they have all those old cars. But man, they're on an island that's got a lot of salt air and everything. So some of those are pretty rough. The ones from the interior of Mexico, they're like this. They're just clean.
Tavo says his 1954 Kelvinator refrigerator shouldn't let me down just yet.
Wow.
Running strong and well looked after. Our Roper, is it Roper? Refrigerator
Yeah.
died in the night last night after we worked until 4 a.m. and we had to stay up all day so we could communicate, find a replacement, a used replacement refrigerator, go pick it up, bring it back here, drag it into the house. We're small people. Luckily, the neighbor came over and helped us get it in the house. We've said this a couple times, so I'm making it very brief, but we didn't lose too much food, but we had just been to the grocery store, so we lost some stuff. Crock-pot's full of food.
Go grocery shopping, buy a bunch of frozen meat and frozen food and all that, and the same night the refrigerator dies. It's like, oh, why? I was saying to Kim, why didn't we go grocery shopping today? Because we wouldn't have gone if we happened. Oh, timing. It's all in the timing. Okay.
Kevin Smith says his granny called his LTD the LSD. She was cute. She didn't know what she was saying. That is cute. That's funny. Paint them flat black would be the ticket on those rims, Patrick Sullivan thinks. Maybe.
Here's another one.
Most have the original drivetrain here, Mexican spec says. Yeah, well, people take care of them.
That's got some weird
People
wheels.
here in the United States just burn things up. They drive and drive and drive, and when it starts to give them problems, they can't afford to repair them. So they just drive it till it dies. They don't keep up on the maintenance. There's tons of cars in yards here. People know they can't afford to maintain them, but for some reason they think that they'll just make a payment on a new one. And then they do, because Americans are insane.
Look at the upholstery. Obviously redone.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But nothing wrong with it.
No, I mean, it's fresh.
Here's another one of those engines. Let's see, what is it? Does it say what it is? 4.2.
Good, reliable power. This looks more original than some of the other ones. Doesn't look like it's been fussed with too much. Is this a two-wheel drive version or a four-wheel drive? They have a couple of four-wheel drive.
I think this is a Gremlin, so it's probably
it's a
two-wheel-
Gremlin. Yeah.
Two-wheel drive.
I was talking too much and lost track of what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm zooming in on it, and there it is zoomed in.
You were lucky the seller wasn't a late sleeper. Well, he messaged several people, and this is the person who got back to us.
Here's another one.
And you know,
look at the paint on the hood.
Honestly, it worked out. You know, you can live without a refrigerator. I know it's crazy. And you can just buy a big bag of ice and put all your stuff in a cooler and it'll be okay. We didn't do that. But if we had not been able to find some kind of resolution, we could have gotten by. We could have. We didn't have to panic. We were a little panicked, but we didn't have to panic. In hindsight, we were a little more panicked than maybe was necessary. But we've been stressed. I have been really stressed. I was a miserable bitch yesterday. I was really stressed about money. I was pissed off about paper towels. I don't know. Something's wrong in my head. I think that's early dementia coming at me. Emotional regulation.
Kim was in a really good mood. We went to the grocery store and she just like flipped. What happened?
We spent $100 at the grocery store again. I'm like, oh, man,
we lost
so much money.
And then we lost a bunch of it.
Yeah,
you weren't upset about
and
that.
And then you were mad. You know what? By that time, I was completely burned out. I was so over being mad. I was just like, I'm going to bed.
And I'm like so disappointed that we've got...
Like, I'm going to bed. We'll figure it out in the morning. Let me know if you get any responses. And then we did. So I woke my... You did not have to try too hard to get me out of bed so we could go get the refrigerator.
No.
Because I knew that's what we needed to do. I have a cheap chest freezer in my garage. It's like a $120 one. And
Man.
it's like a backup.
Look at this.
What's
I'm sorry.
I don't like the gremlin on the hood. I could absolutely do without the big gremlin.
Edward Leonard says, I have a cheap chest freezer in my garage. It's like a $129 one. It's like a backup. You know what? I had one of those. It was $99. Bought it in a grocery store in Arizona. And when I was moving here, some stuff I just gave away because I couldn't make any more runs from Arizona to here. And that was one of the things I gave away. And I'm like, man, do I wish I had that. You know, there's a couple of things, 2020 hindsight, you know, a couple of things I wish I would have kept. But I didn't. You know, it was a decision I had to make then, what I was leaving behind. And, yeah.
Tim says the movie Jaws is 50 this year. I remember going to see Jaws.
Here's another one.
That was a cool movie. That was a scary movie. You know what? I saw Jaws at a drive-in theater. It was the second, like there was a kids movie and then there was another movie and Jaws was on second. It was terrifying.
Mexican Spec says, with a chest freezer, a body will eventually end up in there. I've seen it many times on TV shows.
On TV shows, yeah.
I had my chest freezer.
That's a nice four-wheel drive.
I had my chest freezer in my shop in Arizona, and I just kept frozen food in there in a microwave, and always had stuff to eat in the shop. Okay, let's see. Here's a strange thing. Mexican Spec calls this a Rambler. A Rambler Wagoneer. Really? Is that right?
Yeah, Bear Rose, I'd say it's a Wagoneer. It's a Jeep Wagoneer. That's a very desirable vehicle.
Look at the grill. The grill's different.
It is. It looks like a car grill stuck into the... That's wild. It's got a nice paint job on it, it looks like. It looks pretty straight for a car that age. I had to get rid of a bunch of good appliances about 15 years ago. I still think about that. Stray bullet. This is the hoarding mentality. It's like, I should have kept that.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Manual transmission on the floor.
Yeah.
Look at the wood, the armrest.
Somebody had to make do. Pretty nice though.
Somebody made that.
Yeah, I don't
pretty
know.
Good.
Arts and crafts.
I like it.
It's
I
arts
like
and
it.
crafts, people.
I like it. I like that.
You know what? I that's a very desirable vehicle. It is all-wheel drive though, right?
I believe so.
And it's the 258 or
one of those, yeah, could it be a little bit larger than that? It could be a 258. It's got stickers under the hood. Hey, that makes it cool. But look at the power booster.
Horsepower.
Look at the power booster.
You like when people
color power booster,
bright
yeah.
color, don't you?
Yeah, Tyler says power outages don't affect me too much if I'm at home. Flick three switches, pull a cord, and my generator runs the house.
Nice, Tom.
I like that.
And you said their solar is getting real popular. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's the transfer case shifter. And there's the front end. Yes, it is
Very
four-wheel
nice.
drive. What is that? I'm trying to figure out what that
Stray
is.
bullets
Oh,
never
that's a transfer case.
Yeah, stray bullets never seen. A Wagoneer with a floor shifter.
It belonged. I went to Reno, got a wife and a leather jacket. I still have the jacket. It fit better.
You guys and your jokes.
Oh yeah,
Later ones
there's
were
rust.
built for luxury over there, not here. Yeah, they
There,
were a more upscale vehicle
now
here.
you see what happened. Some water went down inside that tailgate, and it did make some rust there. And Mexican specs showing that
Well, yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, you wouldn't want somebody to not know about that.
I mean,
Full
that's
disclosure.
you can pull that tailgate off and fix that. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah,
not
it's
the end
all
of the world.
fixable, but you want to know what you're getting
Yep.
into. But I mean, it's a pretty complete vehicle to start with. I mean, they're not easy to find. When I see them for sale, like people don't let go of them unless they're in rotten shape, like run down. Yeah, that's easily fixed. It's just sheet metal.
Well, there'd be some work in it, but you know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
if you and
But
I had that up on a bench, we'd
it's
go
got
after it and fix it.
all the trim, and it's got nice paint on most of the vehicle. The interior is nice. I presume it runs and drives, and if it doesn't, Mexican spec can get those kinds of things taken care of. And if you wanted Mexicans to repair the bodywork, they could probably do it. That's a weird place for it to rust like that, isn't it? Or is that common? What you working on over there?
I'm downloading more pictures
More
from Mexican
pictures.
spec.
This looks kind of like one we already
This
looked
is a
at.
76. Oh, it's a different car.
Rambler.
It's a 76 American. They called that an American there. Here they called it a Hornet.
Okay.
Look at that. That's a pretty nice car. And it's got a different grill. It's very similar to the grill here, but it's a different grill in Mexico. I don't know what those wheels are, but I kind of like them. Oh, what's that? Oh, this is the one we looked at last week because I remember the interior. And I liked the interior and you didn't like it.
I mean, I think it's the red in the dash that I don't like, but I mean that's I could change that.
I think red and black go really good together, and I liked it. I just really liked that. Yeah, look at that, man. The glove compartment's open, but I think that looks pretty sharp. Yeah, I forgot they had that shelf down underneath the dash. Look at the seats. I don't know what those are out of. Maybe those are original in Mexico. I don't know. Yeah, Kevin Smith says rerun. We saw it already.
Rerun. There you go. Oh man. Oh man.
Black. He puts a black spray car. I think he means can. A black spray can fix the dash.
Patrick Sullivan, we're not salesmen. We give you the link to Mexican Spec's Instagram, and if you want more information, you can check out his Instagram or contact him directly through Instagram or YouTube, and he'll give you more information. But
He does a lot for us here, so we do this. And then like Lester LeSabre, is Lester LeSabre in here? Lester LeSabre bought a car from him. You know, it's pretty cool.
He's just sending us pictures that pertain to the topic, Ramblers
Yes.
and Rat Rods.
He is. All the pictures he sent were Ramblers.
Yeah, we're trying to have fun. We don't want it to become a sales stream because that's really not. I don't know. Are we stuck?
No, I'm saying if I'm thinking somebody wants to send, who was it? Patrick Sullivan says.
Thank you, Patrick
I'll
Sullivan.
throw out a
I don't
link.
mean to say.
One show might help us sales. Yeah, I think we did. We put up
He was saying put out a link to each and every one,
each
and
one.
I don't
What you
know. We
do
could
is you go to
coordinate that.
his Instagram.
I already just said that.
Okay, and it's a really good site, and there's probably
He
I don't
just
know Mexican spec. How
Mexican specs. That
how
we did
many
not include.
cars do you have in your Instagram? I bet there's 60 or 70 cars there. It's amazing.
We get a lot of points watching if the show was a commercial. That's true, Kevin Smith. Mexican spec did not include Buff's favorite car. Well, that's mean.
Oh yeah, that's a basically a Rambler. What are you looking at?
I'm looking
Oh,
at the next segment.
you're going for your next segment. Yeah, she likes this segment. Okay, Kim. We'll do a little bit of that. She likes looking at
But that's later.
no, we're up to it. Look at that. Let's put that up. What was that? Go back, put that up.
No.
Oh, I like that.
Well, are you done? I don't want.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
2,152 posts, Buff. Probably 2,100 cars. And
Wow.
yeah, you got a lot of cars
Some
up
of
there.
those are probably expired.
Oh, Lester Saber's here. I've been lurking here, and then I mentioned his name, so he popped in and said hi.
Welcome, Lester.
Hey, Lester LeSabre, Lester LeSabre, Lester LeSabre. How's your
car?
Yeah, but we got ads on top of me, so I'm just waiting.
Give us a moment, people. I hope everyone's enjoying the show. Sometimes we linger on topics a little too long, so we apologize. But we're then we get moving again. I am prepared in some ways for the next segment, and that is where we look at the state of the market.
Well, I was going to ask Lester how his Fairmont, what is that thing called? An Elite, I think. How is that car doing?
Yeah, we need an update.
Yeah, we need an update on that. Maybe he's been posting it to a video we're not watching.
Well, if he is, we need to know so we can get a link.
All you guys that are watching but not in the chat, please pop in and tell us who you are.
Drop a like if you're able and say hello. If you are watching at home and you are unable to comment because you are on a device that doesn't allow you to do that, like a Roku TV or something like that, I am awarding you 3 points for being a viewer in that way. And thank you for being here. We're sorry we're not able to interact with you. Maybe try bring the chat up on your phone or something like that so you can interact if you'd like. But it's okay if you can't. You're allowed to just watch. As long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all that really matters. We want to entertain. Sometimes we like to inspire people and give people a sense of community in their hobby. So we're here. If we can do that for you in some way, it makes us feel like it's all worthwhile, because sometimes it's a lot of work, right? It's a big distraction from we could be doing something else. I don't know what else I would want to do, but we could be doing something else.
Buddy Carafano, Google
what?
AI ad.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah, okay, they're supporting
careful
us.
those AI. They're going to cause the extinction of the human race.
Man, who was it? I was watching somebody, and he was critical of I think it was his niece, was sitting there, and she has a friend that's an AI friend. And she sits there for hours and chats with this person that's not even a person. And they have all this stuff in common with each other. Okay, so anyway, Google AI ad, Tavo Credit Union ad, followed by eBay. Leslie Saber says, I have fun checking out everything. I'll send info soon. Well, cool. Oh, Kevin Smith says, I love my Ford Elite. Yeah, different Elite, but yep. Yeah, Kevin Smith, 1975. I remember those real well. Yeah, the Mexican Fairmont Elite is a luxury car. Yeah, it had all the goodies on it. It had everything. Oh, Mexican Specs. I'm going to going to pass a few Elite 2 cars. It had the 82 Granada front end on it. Yeah, I saw those. Yeah, Kevin, you had the Torino Elite, which is that's like a big car. It's like a kind of like Monte Carlo was, where it was like from the firewall back, it was like a Chevelle, and from the firewall forward, it was its own thing. The Torino Elite was sort of the same thing. It had a big front end on it. It was a personal luxury car versus the normal Torino. Could be long LSD. I don't know. Yep, great car. Okay, Kim, we're off to what you're doing.
All right, we're on to the next segment of the show that I have been trying to develop. We've been practicing doing something different here, and this is where we look at the state of the market, right? What is really out there, and what will it cost to get whatever? Obviously, we're on topic today of rat rods, and what's available, and how much would we pay for things. I set up Facebook Marketplace to search within, can you see here?
I want to bring up
250 miles of our location here in Clarksville, Tennessee.
I want to say something here.
Cunningham. What's
Tim
up?
says these ads keep trying to get me to go to a place called Harbor Freight. You know what? Here in Clarksville,
We do have one in
they
Clarksville.
finally opened up a Harbor Freight here, and now we got to go up
And you
there.
will receive.
Oh man, I am so happy there's a Harbor Freight now, because there's a lot of good stuff there. Actually, all the abrasives, you can just walk in there and get them, and spools of wire for the MIG, and
if you need
all kinds of stuff.
need a tool and don't need premium quality, or you need something that you're going to destroy, Harbor Freight might be a good thing. Anyways, there's lots of good stuff there, but we don't need to plug them too hard. But I know I get a lot of ads from Harbor Freight. Do a lot of YouTube advertising.
Okay, back to your segment.
We are
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
So on Facebook Marketplace, obviously people list things that they're done with, or that they want to try and extract money from, right? They've worked really hard and now they're trying to get paid for it. So here are our, I just searched rat rod or street rod, something like that, and pulled up some stuff that caught my eye. Here in Cullman, Alabama, for $1,200, it's a 1952 Chevy rat rod. 4-link rear needs coil overs. It looks like kingpins and spring bushings are new. This is somebody else's project. Maybe they pulled
Where's
it
the
out
door?
barn.
Oh, they got those big hinges in the back.
Big
Oh my
hinges.
God.
It's got suicide doors with custom hinges. It's got suicide floors to go with the suicide doors. This is $1,200. This is the very beginnings. Look, the seat is a
Look
piece
how
of
the seat's
plywood.
mounted.
Yeah. So no motor, no drivetrain. This is just a suspension. But this is, if you've got a dream and a prayer, maybe you can,
Look at the latch on the door.
steel.
Look at the latch on the door.
I see it. It's classic steel. It is definitely the makings of a big job. But this is some neat stuff. So anyways, that was the first one. I'm not even going to click through anymore.
See, I like that.
Here is something that somebody has put in some hours on. A 1929 Ford Model A hot rod. Pro Built Show winner. Top honors. Good guys winner. Da-da-da-da-da. Mercury flathead V8. Too much to list. C4 automatic. Holly 390 CFM carb. That's a little. Holly.
What's a little engine?
46 Ford Wishbone.
Yeah, all this stuff.
$100,000 build for just $34,000. I'll click through some pictures so you can see. Very pretty, very pretty. If you want to show up at the meet,
You see the license number? Fenderless.
that is your poison. We're different. We're running the gamut, right? This is what it maybe could be someday. That last picture was where it began. Here is a 1971 International Lodestar Duramax 3500 hot rod hauler. That's a pretty neat rat rod. I don't know if that's very ratty
Little spikes on the
on the wheels.
yeah,
front
on the
wheels.
lug nuts.
Oh, pretty seat cover there. Steering column doesn't seem to. That's not the right steering column, is it? Strange.
What is that? I don't know.
It sort of looks like a
A
grain
Chevrolet or
truck
something.
from the
No, I
front.
meant the steering wheel. It's like a... See, I don't like those big spikes.
Well, you know, it fits the aesthetic. Pretty neat. Only $50,000. But you can use it as a hauler.
I won't read that.
Maybe, but we see it.
What
All
is
right.
that?
This is somebody's idea of what could be a 1950 Chevy truck.
For
Art
800
advertisement
for $800.
Okay, yeah, it's a pile of scrap metal. Is there any other good pictures? I'm guessing no title. It's just some old steel that somebody found and stacked up. All right, on to the next. Here you go. Something neat. 1936 Chevy Rat Rod, Hot Rod.
With a 40 Ford grill.
Pretty neat, pretty neat. It's got a 12-to-1, 327 engine, and a whole bunch of things. I just like looking at the cool pictures. Let me know how the chat's doing. It's got the bi-ply tires, slicks on the back, bug eye looking.
That's kind of an interesting view, yeah. Header sticking out.
Wow, that motor is like a lot of chrome. A whole lot of chrome. Oh, and look at that.
63 Fairlane taillights, I think.
I don't like the way the tail end of that looks.
Yeah, it's got a Ford truck grill with I think those are 63 Fairlane taillight lenses in the headlight buckets.
It needs more love. And it looks like they clear coated over the welds for the chop. You see that? They didn't paint.
I don't like that.
They kept the patina. I don't know. Interesting. And it's got neons. It's got green neons.
And blue and red.
And multicolor. And your basic hot rod interior with a weird looking shift handle. I don't know. It's neat to look at different things. And then the absurd price of what? $28,000. I'm sure you couldn't reproduce it for $28,000, but I don't know if that's where I would want to put my $28,000. I can understand why they're trying to sell it. Here is a 1927 Chevrolet Model AA. Look, it's got the wood spoke wheel.
Truck. It's $6,000.
This is a hot rod base, obviously. $6,000 seems a little steep. I don't know.
It's got look at that. It's a Chevrolet, but it's got a Ford bed on it.
Interesting. Not too many pictures there. And that is in Salina, Tennessee. So not too far from us. There you go. I don't know. I know that's not my exact
Mexican Spec says none of these have been Ramblers yet. No, they've been rat rods.
They're rat rods, silly. This is a 1924 Ford rat rod. 350 small block. It's a good builder base. It's very ratty.
Yeah.
That's your dreamer car. Very nice. Okay, and let's see what's next. We have, this one was unique looking. I just clicked on the picture.
What the heck? What is that?
I don't know. We're stealing the content.
Oh my God. That is weird.
It's a 1939 Chevy 1500 regular cab.
I paid $13,850 for that.
I don't think anybody's paying that.
Oh, that's kind of weird looking.
There's no glass. Oh, there is glass. It's a flat windshield back in there.
That's crazy looking.
That is wild. Retrofuturism, I think that's called. Like what people, retrofuturism.
Where do you sit?
Right
Or
in
maybe
the
there's...
center.
Oh, I see what the steering wheel is. Oh, that's crazy. What a goofy looking thing.
It's artsy, kind of neat. Sort of like a space shuttle.
Patrick Sullivan. I don't know what it is, but it's ugly.
All right, let's see. I pulled all the ones that I had already clicked. There are some pretty neat things.
What's that red thing down there?
The
Oh,
red
it's
one.
expensive though.
Who cares? If we like it, if it catches our eye, then cost is of no consequence. In Potosi, Missouri. Missouri?
I think it's
Missouri?
right on the ground. I'm not sure that would even
I
roll.
wonder if it has hydraulics. I'm waiting for him to make it lift up. It's halfway through. Is it going to lift up off the thing, or is it just drag around? You know, the point of wheels is so that it can roll.
Tavo, secret to a long, happy marriage is simply 2 words. Yes, dear.
No, that's a mistake. You should state your needs and desires so that you can communicate. Communication! But there is a point. You choose your battles, right? To decide, is it worth it? It looks better out in the sun. I don't know. It's a little awkward in some way that I can't fully understand. Well, the interior looks really good. Oh, I like that dash.
What are all those levers for? Man.
I don't know. Who knows what those levers are for?
Josh Holman probably doesn't roll.
Maybe
Yeah,
not
you'd
yet.
think it'd have to lift up a little to roll. Well, that's the parking brake. You just set the chassis on the ground.
No airbags. We die like real men. I thought they meant no airbags for the suspension. I just think that they mean there's a spike in the middle of the steering column. There's the motor.
I have a set. My Chevy has a set of those same valve covers.
Has a motor. It is red. Resale red. It's got the big, what is it, 8 or 10 bolt wheels in the front. And it's got the makings of. Let's scroll a little more. See if we see anything else that catches your eye. We won't dwell too long. This is neat.
Yeah, what is that?
Why is it so short?
I don't know what they've done there.
It's got a 4.3 liter V6, so it's been Chevy swapped.
I don't know. It looks to me like they messed it up.
I like how the eyeballs are on those big tall stands. That's kind of neat. Well, who knows what it looked like before they started? It might have just been a pile of garbage. It looks functional. The door cards look refreshed.
Oh, there you go.
It's got the jazzy scooter, so Grandma can go to the car show. Hey, why not?
Mexican Specs asked a couple of times, Kim, can you look up Fairmont Futuras for Patrick on Facebook? Patrick's looking for a Futura?
No, I cannot. But thanks for asking. Maybe just one more. 2 more, something like that.
What's that frame? It's a TR6.
It's a Triumph frame. A rolling frame, hot rod, rat rod.
Okay, click on it. I want to see what the center of that frame looks like. Look at the center of the frame.
Yeah.
Looks very much like what we have, but the outrigger's kind of like what I want to do. But look at the rear suspension. It's independent with trailing arms.
Oh,
that's kind of interesting.
It's a more modernized. The TR6 has got wishbones. Okay, I see what they did.
That's why I wanted to look at it.
Yeah, that looks just like the Spitfire up front. Just like it would.
And the center looks kind of like the Spitfire.
Right, but it's got the extra outriggers. This is probably not interesting to anyone but us.
Okay, so
because we've been working on it. But I am interested. I just was saying that maybe nobody else is. We haven't been reading any comments. Are you keeping track of the comments?
I'm reading them to myself, but they're talking about how to address their wives.
Well, that's important. There needs to be a place where people can discuss that. So, okay. This one has flames. 32 Ford Roadster. Let's click on this one with flames. They're very flammable, flamey. I don't like those wheels. What's the deal with those wheels?
They look kind of shiny, don't they? I don't know what's going on.
I saw wheels just like that on another one.
Looks like a Photoshop.
No, it's the style. Well, this is the style of a stylized photo, like a filter. That's pretty wild. It's got the rumble seat in the back.
I don't know. Something looks out of proportion or something. I don't know.
They've got the colors enhanced.
Yeah, they sure do.
Is that how that steering column was on those cars?
No.
It's something
somebody
custom.
put a tow column in it from something else.
Cop it. Wow. It's actually really nice.
Rumble seat. Unless it's an AMC, then it'd be a ramble seat.
Modern engine. Ford Highboy Roadster. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. I don't know. Way out of my price range. Only $37,000.
What's that white thing down there next to me?
This one? Is this the one? 1936 Pontiac
$3
Le Mans.
$3 million?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They just picked a number. They probably, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Is probably the idea. Let's see what they say about it then. Has a 350 Olds motor, transmission, no title, trade for other projects, no bikes or boats.
Look at the grill.
Bardstown, Kentucky. That's not too far away.
Look at the grill.
Yeah, that's not a grill. That's a piece of metal with holes in it. You know what that looks like? That welding table that guy had today. Just tacked it on there.
Mexican Spec keeps asking to look for Fairmont Futuras. Oh, before you click out of Facebook. Oh, maybe we'll do that.
I know there's a couple around.
Oh, look at the wheels. Wheels are pretty cool.
There's some Chevy wheels,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but they're wider than the Corvette ones.
It sits really high. The stance is really up there. Rat rods are usually not like that. Something not quite right about the proportions of that stance. I don't know. This isn't my favorite body style either. Yeah, I'll click on Fairmont Futuras. Although, even though they're not on, yeah, I'll just do that right now. I'm going to give the stream over to you for a minute. And let me see what I can find, okay?
Gonna give the stream to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm
What
gonna
year
do.
are the Fairmont Futuras?
Try 1978 through 1983. If you just put Fairmont Futura, it'll come up. I mean, it'll grab them. Like right now, I was looking so much for them that now when I go to my Facebook Marketplace, it's like every Futura in the country shows up. Yeah, there you go. She's looking.
Just read the comments.
Yeah,
and
but
talk
I don't
about
know.
something.
Everything's at a standstill. They're all waiting on you. They're all going, just waiting to see what Kim pulls up.
Yuck.
Can't you just type Futura in there? Search Marketplace.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, it works that way for me.
Well, you can do it then. Give
Just
me
put
grief.
up there where it says Search Marketplace. So just put Futura. There you go. Whole bunch of them.
All right, we're coming back to Marketplace. We want to see Fairmont Futuras. We did 3.5 hours.
See, there's one.
And we're both exhausted. I'm starting to get a little grouchy.
They're getting grouchy. Okay, we'll look at a few Futuras.
What are we trying to find?
I don't know. The Mexican Spec wants us to look up Futuras for somebody. So there's that white one there that's in Dover, Tennessee. That's not too far from us.
I have noticed this Dover, Tennessee one. It's a pretty nice car. It's a runner driver. There's a couple of spots of rust in weird places, but it seems like a very solid and drivable. There's even some pictures of the underside. It's pretty good. Do you guys have something specific that I'm trying to find?
Buddy Carfon is asking for. What's he saying? Oh, Odd Rat Rod. Yeah, I didn't show that one, did I?
You're not showing things? Oh, they can't. Oh, they can see.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I got to show this. Just click it over to that for a second. Buddy Carfon wants to make sure I show this one that he sent because I missed it.
Whoa.
That is, I don't know if that's like really a rat rod or just a mess. Okay, I showed it.
That guy wants the same price for a fender as a whole car. Oh.
Okay, so now go back to yours.
Fenders?
Yeah, the fender's $500. Well,
maybe.
See, there's a box top there. Okay, everybody wants to see the differences. Right there on the far left, you see a white one. That's like the Futura and like the Z7. And on the far right is a box top. You see the difference? That's the box top versus the Futura. And who was asking for that? Maybe Mexican Spec was. Somebody was. Somebody was asking. Oh, it's Hippie Long to show the different roof styles. See that? That's right there. Shows the two roof styles. Dean Stevenson, Back to the Futura, like Back to the Future. Tim says, it's been raining here off and on for 3 days. Big storm tomorrow. Can't work on cars. Yeah, you know what? We got the same problem here. It rains and rains and rains and rains and rains. Really tired.
Well, people can ask any price they want for anything, anywhere. That doesn't mean that it makes any sense or anybody's interested.
See, that's got the chrome you like.
Does it have the chrome I like? Yeah, I like the chrome strip that's up above. It looks really good on the parts car that we have. It really, really accents it nice. How about TV and movie cars next week? Did we do TV and movie cars before?
I don't know. What's everybody think about that? You know, they may be the same wheelbase. Not sure.
See, somebody wants 10 grand for this Fairmont Futura.
Yeah, no engineering.
And that's just silliness. You would have to, let's see, is there any justification? A lot of money invested. That means we've been wasting. New slicks. Racing wheels.
Oh, it does have an engine.
Oh, it's got a 357 Windsor with a solid roller.
In other words,
it's like C4 transmission with Ultra Bell TCI nitrous converter, 3500 stall, brand new. Entire brake system, 8.8 rear. Way too much to list, meaning I've had nothing else good on it. Spring dampers, wheels, no interior,
cracked dash,
busted up dash. This guy's dreaming. This guy's dreaming.
Yeah,
the motor's not even in the car. It's not sorted in the slightest. Total basket case. That is 30 at 3,500. I would struggle.
Hippie Long, we never stay on topic. So yeah. No, what the topic is, we cover the topic, but we also just everything that comes up, we take care of it.
It's our show, so we can talk about whatever we want.
But we do kind of do the topic, but we don't stay on it.
The topic drives the show. It gives you an excuse to send us something so that we know that you're interested. and it gives us, if we ever run out of conversation, it gives some fallback. It gives us visual interest. It adds a little bit of continuity, but everything else is just
Blue
us
grid.
doing our thing.
Man, he catches it right here. Catch you next time. And a 67 is pretty ratty. The more I look at it, the more work I find. Time to close my eyes. Isn't that the way it is?
Yeah, you
Isn't
wear
that the way it
yourself
is?
out, and when you're done, you have more to do than when you started. It's okay. It looks really great, and it's going to turn out really good. But
Hippie one.
yeah, at first you're going to find a lot of
10
stuff.
grand. Does that include the trailer? It should.
At 10 grand, I don't even think I would want it with a trailer. This is a total basket case. This guy's not gonna have any receipts for any of this stuff. He's just been collecting.
Well, yeah, and who knows who
parts.
built that engine or who painted it. Yep. Okay.
Well over asking price just in a motor. I mean, I guess if he has receipts and he wants to sell a motor, but the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, but if it's never been run, how do you know it doesn't just seize up the first time you start it up?
Right. If you know it was dynoed by an engine builder who built it. Can we be done with Facebook?
Oh,
Honestly,
I think so.
I think that
so.
at 3.5 hours we probably should.
Okay, so what are we doing next week? Somebody suggested movie cars. And there's two people that say, and it's been seconded by Lester LeSabre. TV and movie cars. Sounds interesting. I don't like that thing. So.
Well, you better change it, because otherwise we're going to be going out for the night on this.
So let's just get rid of this. Where does it go? Oh, I don't know what I did. You're
in Google.
There, we'll get one of Mexican Specs cars. So that's a pretty nice interior too. So Mexican Specs taking off. He says adios all. Patrick second in the movie car thing.
Thank you, Mexican Specs.
Okay, it'll be what, TV and movie cars. Is that what it was? TV and movie cars. Okay,
that
we'll
sounds
do that.
Like we'll have some fun. I'll bet I'll learn a lot, because I've never really geeked out on. I mean, there's some standouts. I think that we would try and cover some of the bases. In a couple of hours, it's hard to cover them all. I think we had some fun. I don't think this was like a final.
Everybody's bailing.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's what happens, buddy. You get 2 points for your AutoZone ad. If you are still here, if you didn't bail the instant we said we're being done, I'm awarding 3 points. If you can still hear the sound of my voice, for making it to the end, and that is certainly what it is the end. I got to get him some rest and something to eat.
How long have I been awake? 28 hours.
A long time. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll be in the shop later this week once we recover from our sleepless refrigerator episode. I
feel really good for being awake as long as I have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Al Bundy's car. Yeah, give me some pictures. I want to see them. Send us some stuff, or have them ready, and you can send them in the night of. Thanks, Stray, but thanks to everybody. I'm not going to read all your names again. That'd be a silly thing to do. But
I'm going to say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. We had a great time. Thank you for the super chat.
Josh Holman's still here.
Thank you to Bear Rose and Mexican Spec for moderating tonight. And we'll see you all again next Tuesday. And we'll also be doing some late night streams from the shop this week, so look out for that.